Scoop on what's happening in the water. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Royal Polaris, the world's finest long-range sports fisher. By Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup, and Shimano rods and reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. Get ready for the fastest 2 hours on radio with the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray, Rock God Rick Maxa, and Corey Sandin.
Good morning, anglers, and welcome to Let's Talk Hookup. I'm Pete Gray with Rock God Rick Maxa. We're in the world headquarters of Let's Talk Hookup here, right next to the San Diego landings in Point Loma. Great guest this morning. He's not here yet, as you can see from the video, but he's going to be here any minute. Captain Bill Wilkerson from the Horizon. Great guy and good fishing. And he's got some exciting stories to tell, so you stay tuned. This is Southern California's sport fishing voice. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app and Sports Grid Radio Network.
For quality, the Islander out of Fisherman's Landing is a favorite among anglers. But Islander charters is much more than great fishing. The quality of the captains and
but going to be a lot of fun today.
Yeah, I'm going to switch. I switched the camera there. We had that shot of the outside there cool. With if you're looking at us through YouTube and Facebook Live, we had shot of the Shogun and the and the Independence unloading there. The Royal Star just unloaded. They came in early this morning. Already unloaded a big load of fish.
I was just going to say they must have had a big catch.
They're so busy.
I
know Fisherman's Processing have been crazy.
The long range fishing right now, it's spectacular. I mean, what else do you call it? It's been some of the best yellowfin tuna fishing we've seen in years and years and years, and the consistency is unbelievable. It's
a nice grade.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's like
40 to 80.
Yeah, exactly. The small ones are 35, 40 pounders.
Yeah. Patrick G shared some yellowfin tuna that he picked up from Fisherman's Processing this week, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. Just fantastic. And Fisherman's Processing is a zoo. I mean, they are busy. They're a busy guy. The knives are flailing over there.
Totally.
They are moving hard.
What's so rad about the fishing that those guys are seeing down there is like, you talk to the guys when they come back, and they also have the same thing. They start getting ready to tell you all the accolades. Like, you catch them however you want to catch them. Like when those fish get on you, and it seems like pretty much everybody that gets down into that zone, they get that same level of fishing. Is that it becomes difficult, after they're done and the limits and everything, it becomes difficult to not catch them. And we were talking, I think it was to the Shogun, or maybe it was the RP, the last trip that came back. I don't recall that. They caught their yellowfin, all they wanted, just like you said, 40 to 75, 40 to 80 pounders, poppers, surface iron, stick
however
baits,
you want,
all those things. But when they were done, they went to like a 13. They went to another spot on the ridge trying to catch yellowtail. Guys were talking about yo-yo jigging, like their yo-yo jig hits the bottom, start turning the handle, get like 2 or 3 cranks, classic, come on, you're assuming a nice big yellowfin tuna, like 80-pounder like on the bottom.
On the bottom,
eating scrambled egg yo-yo
yeah,
jigs.
we read a text last week from an angler that said he couldn't get through the yellowfin to get to the yellowtail.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Crazy
stuff
good
going on
fishing.
right now.
And there's spots available on trips to go fish that stuff, which
Here
is
or there.
amazing.
Yeah.
I know the RP has some spots available. The Shogun has spots on our 6th day in October.
That's the one that blows me away.
I heard a spot came up on a 7-day on the RP next week. Which is,
go get on that fishing.
Yeah.
And some wahoo. There's been some nice wahoo hits to be had too. So yeah, there's some really fun stuff going on right now.
Yeah. Now locally, good fishing out on the bank, but the weather's been a factor.
The weather sucked.
Yeah.
It was good fishing. I mean, the fish bit through it. It just wasn't comfortable weather to be in. It was fine. Like, it was very much fishable, and the guys
because
did
you're
exactly
fishing
that.
in the middle of the ocean. That's
Right.
the problem. You're 100 miles offshore.
You got it. It just wasn't. It wasn't that flat, calm, nice, great.
Yeah,
fishing.
yeah.
It was fine.
Which we're used to in September.
You got it. It was perfectly fine, and there was great fishing. I mean, the fish bit right through it. There's been good nighttime fishing again to go along with that fun fly line fishing that's happened on the bank. Like, most of the fishing right now has been 30-pound test, a small hook, fly line in the daytime. But that, last week was when we saw that nighttime component come back into it. And there was some really nice hits that happened this week. It's just, like you said, it's been a little bumpy. And then that Coronado Islands fishing, I was there again on Tuesday. There's still yellow there, but it's tough. It's a lot tougher than it has been. I mean, we got so spoiled with pretty epic yellowtail fishing at the Coronado Islands for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. I talked to my boat's right next to Jamie at Season Sports Fishing, and that guy goes out every day no doubt.
at conquering the same thing because there's not a lot locally that he can take a day trip on to go catch other than that. And that kind of got tough. And come on in, Bill. They're going to see you on the camera, so you can't hide anymore. So good morning. Good morning. Great to have you. But anyway, got slowed down, but the water conditions over there are still absolutely gorgeous. Just fantastic.
Yeah, and it's been, like you said, it's what was limits and wide open for every boat every day for a while has now just become a pretty typical ebb and flow. I mean, there's days when the Coronado Islands bite great again, and then there's days when it's tougher and you gotta work for them. But I mean, it's still very good fishing.
Very good fishing, yeah, for sure. And barracuda and bass. I caught a giant calico there this week.
That's awesome.
Just really good fishing, right, Bill? Some good stuff. Pull that mic up towards you there. Good morning.
Well, good morning, guys. How's it going?
Good.
Good to have you.
Now, where have you been fishing?
Where haven't I been fishing?
Yeah.
Would be the question.
Offshore,
islands, local. We're doing. I own 2 boats.
Right?
The Malahini and the Horizon.
And the Horizon, right?
The Malahini does half day, 3/4 day, full day, local, full day offshore. Then the Horizon does its overnights, 1.5 to hopefully our 7-day trips in October.
Yeah. So what's it like owning 2 boats now?
It's fun.
Yeah. Now, which boat are you running?
Work. I'm running. Actually, I'm on both boats.
Both boats.
Depending on our charter groups, most open party trips, I'm either on the. I'm where I'm needed.
Yeah.
Now,
basically, is what it is.
Are both the boats private charter only, or do you mix in open party, one or the other? Like, what's the run that the 2 boats tend to
we
do?
have a charter schedule set up for both boats, and we fill in our open party trips in between open dates.
Gotcha.
It seems to be working out really well.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. So we're familiar with the Malahini classic boat that has the best bow for casting a surface iron of anybody.
No doubt.
But you'll see Danny Wade up there a lot, right?
Yeah, Danny Wade.
Yeah. But what about the Horizon? Tell us about the Horizon.
The Horizon, she's 80 foot by 25 foot. She was the old dive boat, not old dive boat, but she was a dive boat for a very long time.
Yeah.
Like a luxury multi-day dive boat. Like, were the trips that they would do. Like, Horizon was really unique in their run that it was a dive boat that did whatever, Alejos or what, Guadalupe, or exactly, like long distance, very comfortable multi-day boat that just did dive instead of fishing.
Yeah, and it's going to keep that same luxury, attitude with what we're doing currently where they're now.
That's awesome.
a lot of the boats, because of COVID, got away from blankets and all this other stuff. Well, we're not. When you get on the boat, there's no need to bring a blanket, a pillow, or anything. You have a fitted sheet, top sheet, two pillows, blankets, and dude, I mean, I'm not bragging, okay? I'm just really convinced that it's probably in its class the best in San Diego.
That's awesome.
Wow.
As far as amenities go.
Yeah. So how are those? What are those amenities like?
Got air conditioned staterooms. We have 8 staterooms, 12 open berthings. She has 3 showers,
Wow.
2 heads. The galley seats 30 people.
So 3 showers, 2 heads, so 5 heads all together?
No.
Okay, showers are separate than the heads.
We have 1 shower that's in a head.
Gotcha.
We have 1 standalone shower. And for those adventurous people that want to take a shower outside in the open, there's a shower out there as well.
That's kind of cool.
And then
but it makes sense after a dive.
After a dive,
yeah. So why not keep it?
Exactly. And I've used it. I'm not gonna lie, I've used it.
Sure.
Yeah, but if you're just done from fishing and you're all bloodied up, and you just want to be in your board shorts and just rinse off real fast. Yep. Everybody knows, like, blood all over your legs from fish lapping. Yeah, just clean yourself up real quick. Dude. Yeah, that's cool.
And I mean, the chef that's on board right now, her name is Katie. She makes some very, 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 very delicious meals.
That's cool. And now, when you go on the Horizon, are the meals included?
On some trips. Our charters, they're not included. On our open party trips, they are included.
Oh, okay. All right. And so you have something new on the horizon that you want to introduce, and it's pretty darn exciting what you're going to be doing here.
Starting out, I've been working with Rosie Flowers and Lalo, and talked to Mike.
That's Cedros Sport Fishing.
Yeah, I talked to Mike Keating before he passed away. It's been in the plans for about 2 years. I mean, with the horizon and the accommodations that the boat itself has.
Yeah.
To me, it made sense to try and do something like this. And I got all the paperwork and our documents all taken care of as far as dealing with the Mexico aspect of it. And it's going to allow us to go down to Cedros Island. Basically, what it is, it's a 7-day trip. We would leave on a Monday at 10 a.m. in the morning. We'd be in Cedros on Wednesday by noon. Guys, Pongas would come up, grab our passengers. They'd go fish a half day. They'd come back to the boat that evening. They'd have their dinners, get their showers, listen to music, talk, whatever it is they want to do, read a book. That next morning at 5 a.m., they would get up. We'd have breakfast. We would pack them their lunches. And at 6 o'clock, the Pongas would come up, grab bait from us.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? Grab bait from us. And they're gone from 6 to 4.
Wow.
They come back at 4 o'clock. Depending on how good the fishing at Cedros that day was, we'd stay there a second day. If not, we'd have 2 options. The passengers would be able to pay $150 fuel surcharge for the Pongas to go to Bonitas.
Perfect.
Wow.
Fish there for the day, then come back. Or we would tie the Pongas to the back of the boat, drive those 8 Pongas to Bonitas, drop anchor there. They would then get up that morning, fish there that day, get back to the boat that evening, have their dinners, take their showers. We drive back to Cedros for the 3rd day. They'd get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. They'd come back at 4 o'clock. And then that evening, we would pull anchor, move 82 or 83 miles northeast to Canoas. Fish Canoas for a half a day. So you've got 4 days of fishing in there, and then come home.
Wow.
That's awesome.
What an awesome trip. So you're going to get like 4.5, 5 days of fishing in on this 7-day trip.
Probably. And we depending on how good fishing at Canoas was, we would not be looking for fish going down.
Yeah.
My goal was to get down there.
Yeah.
And then maybe on the way home, if we see something interesting, okay, let's fish it. Be back to the dock. If we leave there on day 5.5, we'd be back Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon,
Uh-huh.
about 3 or 4 in the afternoon. We'd go get our provisions. We'd leave the following day.
How
on
fun.
Another one.
Yeah. Wow. So how many of these trips are going to do?
I have 8 on the schedule. I'm trying to get one
Wow.
booked.
Like in October?
October, starting the 21st of October, running from the 21st of October through the second week of December.
And the idea is that the Cedros Sport Fishing closes their season early
Exactly.
October, although the fishing is really good that time of the year.
You
That's
know-
just kind of the way their Cedros. And then all the main guy, Lalo, and all the guys, you're using their pongas
Yeah,
and their people and
exactly.
and
You
gonna
know,
have it done.
I remember
And-
last year when Cedros was doing their reports as they do on a weekly basis, their very last trip was one of their very
The
best
best.
yellowtail reports of the whole year.
Yeah.
You know, they had limits for everybody. They had those real big ones. And so now's an
Yeah.
opportunity to get in on that.
You know,
Yeah.
I talked to Mike Keating at length about fishing at Cedros in the fall.
Yeah.
You know, we had probably about a 2.5, 3 hour conversation about it. And he explained, he said to me that, you know, those are some of the best, when they were allowed to fish there with sport boats,
Right.
were some of the best fall fishing that he's ever seen.
Yeah.
And, you know, you
Boy, that
got-
guy was so knowledgeable. We
Yeah,
sure miss him.
very,
huh?
very much so.
Super good guy.
You know, he was going to actually come on one of the first trips once
Oh,
we got
wow.
it. Then I was kind of bummed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when's the first trip again?
Scheduled for October 21st.
October 21st.
October
And still have
21st.
space available?
We have 0 reservations as of yet.
Well, because the word's not
Yeah, I
out.
was
You
gonna
know,
say, nobody
knows
yet.
that and you know, a lot of the guys have already made their reservations for their fall seasons,
Uh-huh.
which I understand that.
Yeah.
If we can get one of these trips in the books,
Yeah.
I think, you know, next year, starting for, you know, in January 2025, when the shows come around and things like that,
Right.
push this really hard. I'm pretty sure we'd sell out every single one of them.
How much is the trip?
Trip would be $3,675,
For a 7-day.
all inclusive.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really
how
good.
are you gonna do that?
I
That's what including the
penciled it
pongas and
out.
everything?
I penciled it out.
That's
wow.
awesome.
All right.
Yeah, I penciled it out.
All right. And how does one book that?
They can give me a call at area code 619-985-5179. That is my direct line. Or they can call HM Landing and go to their website. They're actually
On the
things
H&M
they're
website?
on the H&M Landing website as of right now.
Okay. Up, and you can book it online.
You can book
Okay.
it online as well.
Oh, that sounds like a cool
Yeah,
trip,
no doubt.
man.
I think it's a great
So
idea.
what's it going to take to make it go? How many people you need?
I'm going to say at least 15.
Okay.
At
all
least
right.
15.
That'd be a nice load.
I would run with 10.
Okay.
You know, would we break even? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because we haven't done it yet.
Yeah,
But, you know,
but you
I
want to
would
get it off
run-
the ground.
Yeah, I would run with 10.
Yeah.
If we had 10 people, we
And
would
then if
definitely go.
you have a group that wants to charter the whole boat, what's the maximum load?
25 anglers.
25 anglers.
It would be 8 pongas, 3 persons per ponga. The last ponga would have 2 people, and that would give an opportunity to one of my deckhands, myself, or whomever that's working. If you guys want to go fish, take the day off. You pay your $150 to the ponga guy. Go have a great day off.
There you go.
You know, I think it's going to really work out fine. I'm still in the process of trying to see if I can't get the processors on Cedros to process the fish the first 2 days.
That'd be nice.
So when we get back to San Diego, there's not a lot of fish that my passengers have to have processed here.
Yeah. What a
You know,
great idea.
And if that works out, that would be awesome. You know, that would really be awesome. And I think another thing, it's going to add to the longevity of the Pangalero season down there.
Sure.
You know, and
Supports the island.
it supports the island
Yeah.
as a whole.
It's a win-win all the way around.
I'm stoked about
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, it
I
sounds
really
like
am.
sounds like a fun trip. And as you can hear, we have a great show lined up for you today. In the meantime, you're still doing 1.5 day trips and full day trips and things like that.
Dude, fishing has been weird. You know, I mean, it's been good. It's been good
Yeah.
for the most part. You know, the local scene with bass, the sand bass that showed up this year, the rockfish, you know, the state closing 50 fathoms and deeper.
Right.
but then it opens up again in October.
Right.
You know, that's going to open up a whole new category for the Malahini in that sense.
Yeah.
To be able to fish that deep water stuff again. It's been shut down since, I do believe, September 1st, I think it was. And then the offshore scene locally has been kind of hit and miss. But the Coronado Islands, dude, I haven't seen Coronado Island fishing like this.
And the beautiful crystal clear blue
Dude.
water at 73 degrees.
Dude.
I mean, oh, it's beautiful,
Crazy,
isn't
right?
it?
Dude.
Yeah. It's
Oh
like
my
tropical.
gosh. You know, we haven't been able to fish the Coronado Islands through our open party trips. I think we ran there one time, but our charter trips there, oh man, it's just been oh my gosh.
Yeah. Haven't seen it like that in
That's
years, right?
I'm like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Don't have to run offshore to go catch the stuff. You know what I mean? It's pretty dang cool.
Yeah,
It is
and you're
pretty
real
dang
close
cool.
to home. But as you can hear, we have a great show lined up for today. Bill Wilkerson, Captain Bill, knows the local stuff. He knows the deep stuff. He knows the stuff offshore. He's got kind of it all covered there, and going to be fun. And he's come bearing gifts too.
Boy, you're not kidding, man. Yeah, today's just going to be a very fun show, and we're super excited to have Bill here. And like you say, what a great opportunity in the middle of a very busy season to have a guy that covers both the local side of things, but also the tuna fishing and that great fishing that's been going on. We're going to have a lot of fun with Bill. And man, you couldn't have said it better. What an unbelievable gift that Bill's brought for us today. One lucky caller or texter at the end of today's show, and that's going to be determined by our prize coin, as we always do. Pardon me.
Here's a prize coin
That's
right
it,
here.
yeah.
You see it? There it is.
Is going to get a day-and-a-half trip on board the Horizon coming up this year. How amazing is that?
Yeah.
Somebody's going day-and-a-half fishing with Captain Bill on that luxury, beautiful boat, the Horizon. And basically, we're going to take every phone call is going to be a potential. We're going to pull one potential winner from all the phone callers. We'll pull one potential from all the texters. Bill's going to flip that coin, and that's going to determine who wins at the end of the show today. It's going to be a very busy show with a day-and-a-half
For
trip
sure.
on such a beautiful boat. And if you want to get your shot, or better yet, your chance to talk to Captain Bill, give us a call this morning at 213-432-1090. One more time, 213-432-1090.
JP's standing by to take your calls. 213-432-1090. You have a chance to win that day-and-a-half trip on the Horizon
Also,
with Captain Bill.
don't forget our texting. The text message is already coming through. I've already seen it. I'm sure the
lots of
guys
good texts.
watching on YouTube see me going through the phone. Like, we've already got a bunch of great texts lined up, and it's going to stay that way all show. And if you want to send us a text, man, we want to read that too. That is only available through the Let's Talk Hookup app. Can't stress it enough. Let's Talk Hookup app is something every Let's Talk Hookup listener should have. Not only is it the only way to text in your questions to Captain Bill, but it's also the best way to keep in touch with everything that is Let's Talk Hookup. There are so many great avenues to listen to Let's Talk Hookup now. Now with that great partnership with Sports Grid, there's just, you know, the online aspect with YouTube and Facebook Live, Sports Grid via their app, obviously the 1090, which so many people listen to. But the best thing, that Let's Talk Hookup app will always be there. It'll always be streaming, and it'll always provide you information on what's going on, upcoming guests, and the only way.
And the archives, too.
Exactly.
The
Yeah.
podcasts.
Yeah, if you weren't able to
Yeah.
catch today's show or you missed last week's show, you can listen whenever you want on demand with the Let's Talk Hookup app. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And again, as we said, it's the only way to text in your question and have a shot at winning that day-and-a-half trip on the Horizon. Again, only text your questions and make sure that you include your contact info as well. Just a name and a phone number in case you win that big prize. We want to get it to you. With that, we're going to be taking your phone calls. We're going to be reading those texts. Lots of great Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. You stay tuned. You're listening to Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app and the Sports Grid Radio Network. Everyone has their go-to fishing spot. My spot is Kingfisher Charters in Sitka, Alaska. Rockcod Rick here to say if you're looking for the ultimate Alaska experience and the best value in Alaska, it's Kingfisher Charters. Owner Seth Bone and his crew consistently deliver deluxe accommodations, the finest food, world-class fish processing, and top-of-the-line fishing experience. We've literally sent hundreds of our listeners to Kingfisher, and they all can't wait to go back. Most Alaska resorts make big promises, and they don't deliver, or they'll nickel and dime you to drive up the cost, but not Kingfisher. Everything is included. Your license, fish processing, super deluxe accommodations, amazing food, airport transfers, your gear. Literally all you need to bring is your layer clothing, and Kingfisher covers the rest. They also have the finest boats and charter captains in Sitka, all for the ultimate value. Take it from me. Book your trip to Kingfisher Charters and you'll thank me. Kingfisher Charters, 800-727-6136 or check kingfishercharters.com.
Offshore fishing is on. Hi, this is Doug Kern from Fisherman's Landing Tackle, the saltwater tackle professionals. For bluefin tuna and yellowtail, nothing beats the Shimano Talica, the pinnacle of lever drag 2-speed reels. Shimano's Speedmaster 2 is also an extremely durable, high-performance lever drag reel for the more budget-minded angler. Both the Talica and Speedmaster 2 feature Shimano's Hagani body to prevent misalignment of moving parts under the heaviest of load. For all your Shimano, visit us at Fisherman's Landing Tackle at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego. The name that stands out among anglers is Fisherman's Landing, your top choice in local and long-range fishing. We offer the finest open party trips from 1 to 3 days, the best charter boats available, and of course, our world-renowned long-range fleet. Fisherman's Landing offers half-day trips on the Dolphin and full-day trips on the Liberty. Many trips can be easily booked online at fishermanslanding.com. I'll see you at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego.
The lighter the bite and the cleaner the water means one thing. Need a thinner leader, more natural presentations. That's where Seaguar Gold Label leader material shines. It's Seaguar's thinnest leader material yet. That means it's even less visible underwater and creates more natural presentations for better catch rates on leader-shy fish. With exceptional knot and tinsel strength, this advanced leader material is now available from 2-pound test for fishing trout in the Sierra to 80-pound test for big yellowfin in Guadalupe. Get Seaguar Gold Label at your favorite tackle dealer or learn more at seaguar.com.
Whether you're boating, floating, paddling, fishing, or just chilling, remember a good day on the water always starts with everyone wearing life jackets. Save the ones you love. Life jackets save lives. A message from California State Parks Division of Boating and Waterways.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here this morning. Phone calls are rolling through. Again, if you want to get your opportunity to talk to Bill and throw your name in the hat for that amazing day-and-a-half trip on the horizon, 213-432-1090, or man, just roll those texts in on that Let's Talk Hookup app.
Yeah, if you're watching our YouTube or Facebook live show up there, and say hi, Bill.
Hi, Bob. No.
Hey, anyway, you can see on the outdoor shot that we have, the Shogun is unloading this morning, the Royal Star unloaded, and you see the Independence in the background there. It's not a super busy day at the landings today, but a little bit of action going on there. But we'll jump back in the studio here live. But I want to review once again, because it's all new and so many changes have happened to Let's Talk Hookup here recently. If the different ways that you can listen to Let's Talk Hookup. First of all, of course, our main deal is our app. You can listen on the free Let's Talk Hookup app that you can download on the Google Play or App Store, free of charge anytime. Stream the live show audio as well as archives or podcasts of many, many shows in the past. Of course, now we're on the Sports Grid Radio Network, on the Sports Grid app, and we're very stoked to be a part of that, which is really cool. Of course, we're on 1090 AM, and we're still on 1090 AM.
There, yeah.
Yep, for sure. And then if you listen on the radio, as they say, or kind of the antiquated way to listen, but you know, we're still there on 1090.
Amen.
That big 50,000 watt signal that covers all of Southern California here. And then, of course, our new big deal is the Facebook and YouTube Live.
Right.
So we're streaming both live and also podcasts on YouTube and Facebook. You can access that through our Let's Talk Hookup radio show YouTube and our Let's Talk Hookup radio show Facebook page. So that's just
a lot of avenues.
There's a lot of stuff there. Yeah. So you can see us kind of all over the place.
Yeah,
now,
totally.
which is cool. So you can see us and hear us all throughout there. And very happy with the excitement of being on Sports Grid and being a part of the team over at Sports Grid. And like I said, starting after football season, we'll be on our Sirius Radio channel 159 too, which is cool. Great group of people.
Very cool.
Yeah. So lots of things, exciting things happen to Let's Talk Hookup. Lots of different avenues to listen and watch Let's Talk Hookup. Right.
You know, it's just like fishing, and it's just like so many things. When the mightier 1090 went away, there was that immediate like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? And then it had just turned into such a better thing.
There's lots of options.
And it's just like the fishing thing. You know, whatever. When this place gets shut down, it's like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? It's like, well, we're gonna figure it out and we're gonna make things better. And that's exactly what happened to Let's Talk Hookup. Like,
absolutely.
There was a one day of like, and then it turned into man, you can catch Let's Talk Hookup in so many different avenues, and
Yeah,
and
we had
the
one
live
day's
component is
notice
so
on
cool.
on that change, and then we made it. We turned the
Dude, you turned the corner and then kicked
yeah,
it on. Man.
yeah,
It's
and
awesome.
we turned it into a rose. So,
Yep, no doubt.
And I want to thank for all the people at Sports Grid, JP, our main man, a man on the board today, and of course Mike over at Sports Grid for helping us make that all happen for sure. And,
No doubt
and
about
then
it.
trying to figure out, and then Cody Weaver for trying to help me figure out this Facebook and YouTube live thing, which was a little bit of a learning curve, but it's surprisingly easier than I thought it was going to be.
I wouldn't think it would be too difficult for somebody that's so tech savvy like yourself. You know, what I mean,
Yeah,
somebody that's
come
just
on,
like
are you
the
serious,
most tech
dude?
savvy guy that I know.
I'm 69 years old, man. I have no clue on that crap, right? But
Yeah, you're killing
we're
it, man.
figuring
Yeah,
it
we're
out,
having fun.
right?
It's
We're
great.
figuring out. We added our logos here that shows all our sponsors and stuff like that, and
Right on.
rolling around. So you have some visuals going on. You
Yeah.
can see us. You can have the outdoor camera going on, and who knows what's next?
Yeah, man, there's more
yeah,
coming.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you have a great text, huh?
I definitely did. That's how I wanted to get things rolling, and it was from Troy, who sent us a text from Fontana this morning. He says, "Good morning, Pete, Rick, and Bill. I'm really excited. I'm going fishing on the Horizon on October 4th on a day-and-a-half trip. I'm super excited, even more so hearing what a luxury boat she is. Bill, what do I need in terms of hook size, line size, and jigs for this day-and-a-half trip? Also, can you talk about the bunks and staterooms?" That's, again, from Troy and Fontana.
All right. Hey, Troy, if you want, you can go to horizoncharters.com. I do believe on horizoncharters.com, you click on About Us, and there's a video of the boat. The boat itself has 8 staterooms. There are 6 in the main berthing area and 2 in the forward berthing area. Then it has, if we fish with 22 people, everyone gets a double bunk. If we fish with 25 to 27 people is the max that I'll carry. If we fish with 27 people, then the open bunks will become singles. She has a galley that seats I'm going to say 30.
Wow.
Comfortably. She has a soda machine with ice maker. She's
got all kinds of stuff.
Dude, she's built for comfort.
Yeah.
But I believe with the addition of Mike Zayak Jr., who worked with me, who actually came up with me as a whole in the industry.
Malhini, right?
Yeah, he worked with me on the Malhini.
So he's your co-skipper.
He sold to Daiwa Pacific. And he and I talked a little bit, kind of him hauled around, and I'm glad to have him back in the family. I really am.
Well, you're a pretty good guy to work for.
Yeah,
pretty
I'm glad
nice,
to have him back.
Pretty
in the
nice
family.
fellow.
And we're gonna build on an already good thing.
That's great.
I believe.
Well, John in Rancho San Diego also sent in a text kind of along the same line, wants to know about the boat. Says, great show and good to hear from Captain Bill. Hey, Bill, can you talk about the electronics on the boat? Also, the experience of the crew. So you just talked a little bit about the co-captain there. So.
Electronics. She has a CH250, 250 hertz. 150 hertz sonar.
Side scan.
Yeah. 295 TZ XL touch GPS chirp sonar, or not sonar, but a chirp technology. She has 211 cylinder, 9-cylinder John Deere's, 2 generators. She has a 10-ton refrigerated seawater fish hold.
Wow. Bait capacity?
360 scoops at the end of this year.
Gosh.
At the end of this year, we're going to put another 120 scoops slammer into it for our longer trips.
Okay.
For our longer trips. And I mean, I dig the heck out of Brian Kiyahara. I like what he's built with his business with the American Angler.
Yeah.
I'm aiming to get close to that.
Wow. That's a pinnacle.
That's awesome.
To where I have families chartering the boat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Totally.
Right.
Well,
Hey, well, the staterooms and everything like that too. You know what's going to be interesting is taking a load of sardine down to Cedros and the Pongas.
Dude,
Holy mackerel!
I figure they can take 4 scoops a day into the Pongas when they go fishing. That's gonna take probably 2 tanks of bait.
Nice.
That's gonna be so much fun. What a great what a cool,
that leaves us 2
cool idea that
tanks
was.
to fish home.
Fish
Sure,
on the way home. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Sure.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah,
I really
it's
am.
gonna be fun.
I'm really geeked out about it.
Yeah,
I am really excited about it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, guys.
What was the conversion like when you got the Horizon? You know, like we talked about a little bit at the beginning of the show. She was always a luxury dive boat. You know, that was always the thing on that boat. It was built for long trips. It was built for comfort. You already talked about all the heads and showers and things like that. What did you have to do with it to make her a luxury fishing boat from what was a dive operation in previous?
We removed 8, 10 air canisters. We have 6 left on the boat. She still has dive capability.
Okay. Oh, wow. So you want to do a charter type thing, you can still provide?
Yeah, we
That's
still
cool.
have that capability. We just don't carry as much air. We added 4 bait tanks. We added the sonar. Well, the sonar was added by the previous owner because he knew he was selling it. He added all that. This year, I want to say 2 weeks ago, I added the TZ XL to it. I love my 250 to death.
Now, what is that?
It's searchlight sonar.
Oh, okay.
Peruno searchlight sonar.
Wow.
I mean, I've had one on the Malihini since I've owned the boat. Well, no, because we had a Westmar 295 before. Since I want to say 2008. Yeah. And it's dialed in. Yeah, right. You know, and that I think that's what makes the sonar what it is how it's dialed in.
Sure. You gotta it's the operator that makes those things work. Hey, let's head south down to the East Cape. Our buddy Chris Moore from Smokies Curing and Cantina is on the line. Good morning, Chris.
Pedro, Ricky, Captain Bill, buenos dias.
Buenos dias, amigo. What's going on down there?
Man, oh man, you know, today's a beautiful day, and mainly because it's all overcast and nice and cool. Looks like we might get some rain, but it's flat, calm. I'm sitting out here having some coffee at Rancho Leonero.
Sweet.
Looking forward to another good day. The bite's still remaining strong regarding the yellowfin tuna. You got to travel a little ways to get there. Still about 40 miles out. And they've been finicky. Like, we were out on the Vaquera last Sunday, and then we're in the boils. They're jumping all over. And you know, on the porpoise, and we're chumming calamari, we're chumming sardinas, and they're being real finicky. So we took the kite out, man, and I pretty much most of the tuna we hooked up were on the kite, and that's been the case. So the guys with the kites are doing the best lately. It's just been a weird week. They've just been real finicky. But you know, we got beautiful sardinas. I was able to score some calamari for our trip, but we had some guys go out a couple days for tuna. They did real well, and then they did a day of inshore, and they ended up getting a few Dorado, not too big ones, but, you know, 20-pounders out in front of Punta Colorado right there close in. Those guys fished for 3 days and had several marlin, and, I mean, they had a 15 tuna day and another dozen tuna another day. So it's been real good. The marlin bite's still real strong. I heard there might be some wahoo starting to bite over towards Cabo or towards San Jose at El Amon, but we'll hope to see something like that. I had a real good buddy locally that was able to spear a 72-pound wahoo the other day.
Woo!
But as far as yeah, I mean, that's a big monster. But anyway, water temp outside about 89 degrees. We encountered closer in, it was weird, 85 degrees. And it looks like, you know, it's going to be we might have some storms on the horizon coming up, but that's just part of the deal. We'll keep an eye on those. But fun week of fishing, guys. Still we're productive. We're looking for some more wahoo and dorado, but as far as blue marlin, striped marlin, sailfish, and yellowfin tuna, excellent week.
Man, how fun. Chris, what was the grade of that yellowfin tuna you guys were catching on the kite with the vaquera?
You know, it was weird because they were like 25, 30, and you know, within the last couple of weeks, we're seeing those, you know, 180, 150, 120. So, but nonetheless, you know, they were tuna. So yeah, about 25, 30.
That works
and,
perfect.
They were hitting that flying fish, and that was where the majority. And I talked to our clients too, and they said pretty much every one of their tuna they're hooking are on the kite, even though they're in the midst of them and they're chumming and everything, and you know, trolling, you know, German sardinas, trolling cedar plugs, hoochies, doing everything they possibly can, and it's really the kite that's doing the best.
Just yet another reason to go with such an experienced boat and crew, so well set up like you have the vaquera. Well, it sounds like some great fishing, man, and yeah, we'll take 30-pound yellowfin in the East Cape all day long.
Sure.
Sounds good to me.
On the kite,
Yeah.
watching the visual.
How
How
fun.
fun is that?
Oh, yeah, it's so fun. I'd say the only thing we're missing is a soda machine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work on that, Bill.
There you
Right
go.
on.
There you go. Well, hey, if somebody wants to get a charter aboard the Vaquera, the best boat, charter boat in the East Cape, of course, go to Smokies, get the great fillet service that you offer too, and fantastic food. How do we find you, Chris?
You can reach me regarding Vaquera, vaquerasportsfishing.com. That's VAQUERA, or you can email me right now at bosssmokedog2gs@gmail.com. And we're gearing up at Smokies for our first Sunday of NFL football with our 22 Gs. I just took 335 pounds of brisket out of the smoker yesterday. So we're gearing up, man, and we're ready to roll.
You guys are so
boy.
cool. That's so
That's
rad,
gonna be
Chris.
awesome. Looking forward to
Talking
seeing you in
about this
October
taco.
for sure for our Palmas tournament.
for
That's going
sure.
to be awesome. Hey, thanks,
Can't
Chris,
wait.
for a great report, and we'll talk to you next Saturday.
All right, guys, take care.
See you, Chris.
All right.
Man, that's awesome.
Phones are packed. They want to talk to Bill, so let's jump into it.
How about we start this one with Jim, who's calling us from San Diego this morning. Good morning, Jim. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning, guys.
What's up,
My
Jim?
favorite memory on the Horizon. Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead, buddy.
Hello.
Hello.
Awesome. My favorite memory with Captain Bill on the Horizon was calling it in the beginning of the season, going for those jumbo rockfish and yellowtail and lingcod. And that's always my favorite, other than bluefin fishing. But hearing about the Cedros fishing got me real excited. Will there be a chance in the near future we can do a fly back?
From Cedros Island, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to say I don't know. That'd be kind of hard.
Yeah, especially because your whole plan is to kind of fish your way home too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that way you get more fishing time in.
But like you say, that it's a brand new run that you're putting together, and who knows what the future holds.
Yeah. But, you know, with the way it's set up now, the Rosie and her group, they fly down from I honestly wouldn't know
CBS.
how that would work.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I'd have to look into it, but I don't.
yeah, but I don't think you even need to do that
Yeah,
because it
I
kind of
don't think it'd
messes
be
up the whole
feasible.
idea of
Yeah.
the trip. Yeah, for sure. Hey, thanks a lot for the call this morning. You have a good text, huh?
Yeah, I definitely do. This was a switching gears from our saltwater fishing, but a great bud and a lot of fun. Says, good morning, guys. I'm texting you from Lake Crowley right now. My wife and I and our Basset Hound Walter are staying at McGee Creek. The weather is beautiful, and we're going to be up here until next Friday. We arrived yesterday to do some fly fishing and sightseeing. This is our third year coming up to this area and our third time using adventures and camping, and the trailers have been amazing. It just so happens that they've got a full line of new trailers. The trailer we got yesterday still had the new car smell, and I think we're the first people staying inside.
Wow.
People at Adventures and Camping have been super fun to work with, and it's a great time to be in the Sierras. And what a joy to be up here. And that's from our buddy Joe in Oceanside.
Joe in Oceanside.
Joe checking in from a little Eastern Sierra at Adventures and Camping. Like,
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, adventures. In fact, they have fall sales going on now. So adventurescamping.com book and go up there.
Joe and I talked about that a couple of years ago, and he was saying the same thing. Wanted to do a fun trip with his wife and something that combined fishing and a travel and adventure, but was still easy accommodations for your gal to go up there. And I mean, that's it. Those trailers are so nice.
Yeah.
Bathroom, shower, microwaves, air conditioners, heaters, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, and they've made it a tradition.
They
The same
just-
as that. Yeah, it's so much fun.
That's so cool. Joe, the master bait tank installer.
He's the man, no
Yeah,
doubt.
for sure.
Keeps the bite sport fishing fleet alive.
Yeah,
Right.
that's for sure. I have a great one here from Mark in LA. He says, Captain Bill, I've lost fish tying the double uni from mono to my fluoro. What do you think of the cigar knot?
I couldn't tell you.
No?
I tie.
So what do you tie?
I call it a bill knot.
A bill knot.
I call it a bill knot. Basically, I'll take my Spectra, loop it, wrap it around my finger 8 times, grab it with my thumb and second finger. I take my mono, run it through the bottom, through the top, wrap it around 8 times, bring it back through the top, cinch it down.
Huh. Kind of an offshoot of the cigar knot, it almost sounds like. Sort of.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
And it works.
But it's a bill knot.
There you go.
I call it a bill knot.
Now
That's connecting mono to fluoro.
That's connecting mono to fluoro.
And
no, that's connecting Spectra to mono.
Oh, Spectra to mono. Okay,
Yeah.
he was talking about connecting mono to fluoro.
So he's got his monofilament on the reel, and he just wants to put a little 3-foot piece of fluorocarbon on there.
I use a
Bill's looking at
dropper loop knot, basically,
Okay.
is what it is. You know, you wrap it to where it goes around both fingers, you hold it, and then I use my tongue and I loop it 8 times, then grab the bottom and pull it through, cinch it tight, cut it off.
Oh,
There you go.
Okay.
What knot that's called, I couldn't tell you.
The bill knot.
Another bill knot.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's cool. You have a good one there, huh?
We're going to jump back into the phones and talk to Robert. He's calling us from Canyon Country this morning. Robert, good morning. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Another incredible show, guys. Captain Bill, you got me so excited. I can't believe it. That Cedros trip sounds fantastic. Buddy of mine's at a wedding today. As soon as he gets out of that wedding, I'll be giving him a call. How many people are you going to take on that Cedros trip?
Every trip will be limited to 25 anglers. That's 3 people to a ponga, with the exception of the last ponga will have 2.
Which is what the Pongas fish, out of that normal operation. They're big boats,
Exactly.
And that's important to know, too, for those who haven't gone down and fished, island there. This is not your skinny little, stiller steer Ponga. I mean, these are big, very comfortable, very wide, very stable boats. You could fish 5 or 6 people from these things, and you're only going to have 3 on there.
Yep, only 3.
How fun.
All right.
Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming away, including more of your phone calls. We got catch reports coming up and a whole lot more with Captain Bill. You stay tuned. You're listening to Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app and Sports Grid Radio Network.
The fish are biting and it's time to go. Hi, this is
Pete,
Nick,
real quick.
and
Yeah.
you'll see me at my dad's shop.
Shimano right after this. Shimano Live.
Maybe in front of the shop on
Gotcha.
my kayak. It doesn't matter if you are out there on a kayak with me, on your boat, headed out on a sport boat. Dana Landing has everything you need. We call it the one-stop shop for a great day on the water because it truly is. Food, bait, tackle, beverages, and more. Our tackle shop, headed by John, is certainly one of the best. For freshwater tackle, nothing beats East County Bait and Tackle. These guys have the best rods and reels and the hottest lures and live bait. Our newest shop is Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle with a great stock of both fresh and saltwater tackle right in the heart of Lemon Grove. ECBT is at the end of the 67 freeway on Mapleview and Lakeside. Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle, 94 to Broadway in Lemon Grove, and Dana Landing is next to the Dana Lawn Tramp in Mission Bay. Check out danalanding.com for more details.
All right, it's time to talk about great gear from Shimano, and we've talked about it, the new Talica A series, the 12 and the 16 available, and now the 20 and 25. But I brought as a little prop for our video audience there, the Talica 12, and to take a look at it. I mean, look at the size of that. It's so the differences are, notice that the spool diameters are the same on both sides, which is a nice deal.
Totally.
Different color on the handle there, but just the feel of it. It's smaller. It's a little lighter.
Left side plate fits in your hand a little bit better.
Yeah.
Big thing is it's got the new Infinity drag system. They went from a single disc drag to now a twin disc drag system. Very, very smooth application, and there is no side load. When you have your drag pushed up high, you're fishing 60-pound on that reel. Some guys even push that reel even higher. On a lesser reel, when you try to turn the handle, you'll feel that real stiff arm of the handle. You just don't feel that at all Talica, even when you're really ramped up into those high drag pressures.
Yeah, and look at the new button too on the Talica too. It's easier in and out. It just pops right in and out. But and then of course on the 20 and 25, low gear too for pulling in those big fish.
Yeah, and a different handle configuration on both the 20 and the 25. They just did a great job. They took what, in my opinion, was a perfect 2-speed reel, and they somehow made it better.
How do you make how do you improve perfection? Yeah, Shimano did it.
That's how.
This is it. Yeah. The Shimano Talica A series now available at your local Shimano dealer.
Hello, this is Captain Mike Totter from Cedros Sport Fishing. Alongside my colleague, Chef Josh Evans, and our dedicated team, we invite you to join us aboard the Searcher. Our fishing trips range from 1.5 to 8 days, available May through November, and include charter options. We're committed to upholding a legacy of top-notch customer service, delicious food, and a friendly and talented crew. Book your fishing adventure online at searchersportfishing.com or call Rachel at 619-226-2403. That's searchersportfishing.com. We look forward to welcoming you aboard.
Give your boat the love it deserves and install a custom Sea Deck kit from Blue Seas Fabrication. Blue Seas is the West Coast's only certified Sea Deck fabricator and installer. Sea Deck upgrades the look and feel of any boat, old or new. Sea Deck non-skid decking adds comfort, convenience, safety, and value. Let the experts from Blue Seas Fabrication custom fit your deck, bridge, and interiors with stylish, durable, stain-resistant, and easy-to-clean Sea Deck. Check BlueSeasFabrication.com and enhance your fishing experience.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here this morning with Captain Bill from the Malahini, the Horizon. We're talking fishing, all kinds of fun going on
you
today.
Just hey, look, here comes the Royal Star. We'll leave the camera up outside up, but you just showed show that to the camera there.
Yeah,
a picture, a giant yellowfin locally here on the Legend. Huh?
Yeah, that was really cool.
How
for
about
those
that,
guys.
huh? Was that out on the bank?
Yeah, I mean, you can see a big giant bluefin, sit next to it. I'm sure. I don't know any of this. Carl just sent me a picture, man. Check this thing out.
A little bit of mixture.
Yeah, I mean that thing's got to be close to a triple-digit fish.
Yeah.
Like pretty cool nighttime surprise for a lucky angler on board the Legend last night.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
For sure.
I'm hoping they're showing up.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hoping.
We need those, no doubt about it.
You heard Chris Moyer talking about the fact that there's some tropical, things going on down in the Baja. It'll be be curious to see what happens. It's often like following those events that we see some of those southern pushes of fish coming up the line. When following the water conditions that are created for those good tropical storms. So it'll be interesting to see what happens if and when those things make their way up the beach.
Traveling home yesterday from an overnight, we ran over a couple porpoise schools. Got yellowfin tuna on it, just not in the want to bite mode, And
so you could see them.
Oh yeah, you're seeing it.
So that's the good news,
no
right?
biomass or anything like that, but you're seeing it. You see it on porpoise. I haven't seen any schools by themselves.
Where's all the Dorado with this beautiful water condition that's around?
Dude,
right now?
I have no idea.
Where is it?
I have no idea. We've seen. I've seen 2 or 3 Dorado on kelps this year.
Yeah,
that have not bit.
Crystal clear blue, 73, 74 in a lot of places. Marlin everywhere. I mean, normally we'd be seeing tons of Dorado, but no.
We went south on a flyer earlier in the year. Found a kelp that was loaded with Dorado and just swam around the boat.
They wouldn't bite.
Oh no. I was pissed.
Oh, no.
I was so bummed.
Well, you're right about that crazy marlin fishing too. It's going to be a very exciting tournament season for those guys. I know the Masters might even be today. I know it kicks off very soon here.
I think and then the Peskies right after that.
Yeah, exactly.
Next week is the Peskies, or the week after is the Peskies, and then then you'll be gone for the War Heroes on Water tournament.
Right? Yeah,
the weekend after next.
That's going to be really fun.
Yeah.
Again, there's
just that's a weekend of the 21st and 22nd. Yeah,
it's definitely the 21st.
Yeah, so that's going to be.
I know that because it's Dallas's birthday. So.
Oh, it's Dallas. Oh, you're going to be gone on Dallas.
We did a lot. We did a lot of. I was going to bail. War Heroes on Water is a really cool event. When I got to go last year, I told Rod Halper, like, man, sign me up for a lifetime. Well, of course, this year it turns out it's on her birthday. So I then obviously canceled, and she convinced me to go. So we're gonna celebrate her birthday before after.
Well, happy birthday, Dallas.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Yeah, a lot going on there for sure. So so I have an interesting kind of text here.
Cool, let's hear it.
I got to tell the story here because there's a little bit of a story to it. Good morning, guys. The Cedros thing sounds interesting. It's from Eric, by the way. The the Cedros thing sounds interesting, fun thing for Captain. But Bill, day and a half, the rest of the year, what is the target? No need. And then he says also, the Let's Talk Hookup app listen to show link is dead. Might want to look into it. It's not dead anymore. Adam just fixed it.
Hey, all right.
All
Adam.
right. So, but anyway, so he went and said he went to the Sports Grid radio and Googled it, and then went on live onto Sports Grid, and Let's Talk Hookup is on the Sports Grid feed on the on just the regular. If you just go to regular Sports Grid, their feed on their website. So
Nice.
it's there too, but it's now back on the Let's Talk Hookup website too, and I'll explain why. So what happened was when we moved to the Sports Grid network, we had a new URL. I'm learning all this new stuff. URL that we had to link to our app and the website. Okay, Adam did his job linking it to the app.
Does that mean somebody else didn't
That
do
means
their
I
job?
didn't do my job because I forgot I got to link that to the
funny.
website. Adam just did it, so we're back up. If you're using a computer to listen to Let's Talk Hookup, you can link it through Let's Talk Hookup.
Adam's always
now.
got our back,
Yeah,
man.
he's
Thank
always
God.
got our
Thank
back.
God for
So,
Adam.
Yeah, so we've got that covered now.
All
Yeah,
right.
and you see the Royal Star just pulled in there. If you look at the camera in the background, they're just pulling in and they're getting ready. They're probably loading up for a 7-day.
I would think so, man.
Yeah.
That fishing has been spectacular.
Yeah.
And that, that's their time of kind of their specialty. I'll bet you're right.
Yeah. So they've been doing a lot of that. So
Yep.
you have a great text.
I
huh?
did. Yes. Good morning, guys. Man, Bill, that 7-day to Cedros trip sounds amazing. I just want to talk about the trip I did on 8/12. It was a 2.5 day. We had such a great mixed bag of fish. The boat is beautiful. Can't wait to go again. That's from Jeff in Huntington Beach.
What's up, Jeff? How you doing? Thank you.
cool.
Hey, thank you. It was an awesome trip. That was a very good trip. We had, I think, 58 bluefin tuna, some yellowtails,
Jeez.
some rockfish. And it was kind of, the weather was kind of sporty.
I believe that.
The weather was kind of sporty.
Yeah.
We were
But
ta-
it was fun, dude.
we were talking about that at the beginning of the show that that there's definitely been some wind the last few days. It's been very much fishable, and especially if you're on a nice big boat like the Horizon. I mean,
Yeah.
there's been plenty of fishing, but there's no doubt there's a little bit of wind and bump
yeah.
to deal with out there.
Oh yeah. Mike Zayak Jr. is on the boat today, and they left last night on a 1.5. Weather coming in yesterday was nice.
Yeah.
It was nice. I mean, it wasn't bad. Well, coming home is always nice if you're coming from the west.
Yes.
Anyway, so I mean,
It's just
was
going out.
Yeah,
You just
going
go
out.
for that, yeah. Can be a little sporty sometimes.
Like an e-ticket at Disneyland.
Yeah. So Jeff from Susie and Aurora says, awesome to hear about Cedros. What a great option. Plus, you can bring more fish back.
It's a great
Yeah.
point too.
Plus, you can bring all your tackle.
Oh,
You're not
and you can bring
limited.
all- yeah.
You're not
You
limited
can
to
bring
what you
everything.
can carry down.
Yeah.
Great point.
And honestly, I really believe that it gives us an opportunity at a resource, and it gives the people of Cedros a resource.
You're supporting them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
and it'll make friends, and who
That's-
knows what it leads to, right?
to me, that was part of the reason
like
for
the
doing
idea.
this.
Yeah, it's great all the way around.
It's going to be
You
a
know,
win-win
talking with-
for everybody on
you know,
Cedros, a win-win for the San Diego Sport Fishing
Talking
Fleet.
with Rosie about it, and
Yeah.
then meeting Lalo and his group last year. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm down with this.
for sure. Let's jump into the phones,
You
Rick.
got it, man. How about this time we talked to Alex, and Alex is calling us from San Carlos this morning. Alex, good morning. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning, guys. Really stoked about that Cedros trip. Sorry, that's my kid.
He wants to go to
really stoked
Cedros,
about
too.
that Cedros trip. It sounds freaking awesome. Yeah. I guess my question would be, what are the must-have like tackles? I mean, do you bring the whole tackle shop, or how does that work? And then how many rods can you bring onto the pungas?
I would bring, if it were me, I'd have 4 setups. I'd have 80-pound setup, and let's start mainline first. I'd have an 80-pound Spectra, a 65-pound Spectra, another 65-pound Spectra, and another 50-pound Spectra. That would be my main line. To that, I would have 20, 30, 40, 50 mono or fluorocarbon.
Yeah. What about a surface iron rod? Got to bring a surface iron rod.
I'd have a straight 40-pound mono setup.
Okay.
With a 10-foot jig stick.
10-footer. You're badass.
I have a 12.5, dude. I love that thing. It's a Conlon.
Wow.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Yeah.
You hook that yellow.
I didn't even know they made rods that long.
Oh, dude, that
crying
you
out
hook,
loud.
You hook that fish.
Because you're a sane person.
Yeah.
You hook that
Yeah.
fish on that
Wait,
iron.
yeah.
That rod
What do
just
you?
goes.
What do you do with a fish when you hook it on a 12.5-foot rod, Bill?
Wind him to the boat. Wind him to the boat.
That's fun.
Dude, it's so much fun.
That's a good answer. Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way, including more of your phone calls. And the Catch Report is standing by. You're listening to Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app and Sports Grid Radio Network.
Dude, that Conlon is amazing.
Yeah.
It is amazing, dude.
Hey guys, you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
What we do. The first is to make the highest quality.
Yeah, you got you.
Pete, Rick, you guys hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
With a complete lineup of batteries.
Okay, yeah, you got Rick. Your wife's on hold. Dallas. She called in. She said Dallas or Wyatt wants to say hello.
Offering a 10-year warranty on all Norsk lithium marine batteries. We
Great.
provide amazing
Thanks.
customer service before and after.
So
the
just so
sale.
you know,
Check us out
and
online
I'll
at
announce it. So when you're talking during the breaks, if I have it up there, all the people on. What happened?
No, that's just me. I just couldn't hear you great right there.
All the people on YouTube and Facebook Live can hear you too. So, but now they can't hear the spots. So.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Got you powered. Norsk Lithium.
Great fishing is what Seaforth Sports Fishing in Mission Bay is all about. With free parking and fully stocked tackle shop, Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Apollo, Outer Limits, Elgato Doe, Pride, Polaris Supreme, Tribute, Pacifica, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth Sea Watch in San Diego offer the finest half and full day trips available. Seaforth Sport Fishing. For charters or schedule, check seaforthlanding.com. Run by fishermen for fishermen in Mission Bay.
This is Captain Tim Ekstrom from the long-range vessel Royal Star. With my partners Randy Toussaint and Brian Sims, we have set the bar for the long-range fishing experience. Spring 8-day, summer 5-day, or fly-down, fly-back 11-day winter trip, we deliver the highest quality long-range voyage you will find. From our premium RSW fish storage to our top-of-the-line chefs and crew, Royal Star distinguishes itself from all others. Want to grab a spot on the Royal Star? Check us out at royalstarsportfishing.com or call Tracy at 619-224-4764.
Captain Jamie Tennis from Season Sport Fishing here. For the past few seasons, a dart-style metal jig has come into play in a big way for tuna offshore or even rockfish down deep. AFCO's crossbreed jig has quickly become the go-to for many since it came onto the market. AFCO's crossbreed jig is good to go right out of the package with a 4X treble hook, heavy-duty split rings, West Coast colors, and sizes 60 gram to 120 gram. Pick one up today at your local tackle store or learn more on AFCO.com.
Inside information is everything when it comes to catching fish in Southern California. You need a code group to connect with what's happening on the water. FishDope.com is your code group. Inside information available at your fingertips 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. FishDope.com really does help you catch more fish and burn less fuel. FishDope.com is the only fish finding service with a spotter plane, along with a crew of top anglers on the water almost every day that report actual locations and catches. They become your code group. You get daily catch reports from Point Conception to San Catine, 365 days a year. FishDope.com has online planning tools, temperature and chlorophyll charts, hot bite icons, and more. Take it from me, if you don't have FishDope.com, you're not part of the in-the-know crowd. Membership is affordable and good for an entire year. Plus, use the special code and save $30 on a new FishDope.com membership. Check it out today. FishDope.com. Catch more fish, burn less fuel.
Now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. Get ready for more of the best fishing information and the hottest tips on improving your angling skills. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Shimano rods and reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. And now, Southern California's sports fishing voice, the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray, Rock God Rick Maxa, and Corey Sanders.
Welcome back. Hour number 2, Let's Talk Hookup, right here on the Let's Talk Hookup app and Sports Grid Radio Network and Facebook and YouTube Live and 1090 AM and a lot of good stuff there. Yeah, a lot
Sports
going
Grid,
on.
websites,
Yeah.
apps, everything.
Yeah, of course, now we have the website back up. So
Yep.
the website, letstalkhookup.com. You can stream us live there too. Pete Gray here, along with Rock God Rick Maxa in the world headquarters of Let's Talk Hookup, right next to the San Diego Landings, as you can see from our outdoor camera there we just had on. Captain Bill Wilkerson from the Horizon and the Malahini. Might as well tell them both the boats, right?
Yeah.
And lots going on here on Let's Talk Hookup. And thanks to Bill, we're giving away a phenomenal prize.
Yeah, what a fun show this has been already. Great information. So excited to hear about the new announcement of the Cedros trips planning for the Horizon coming up in October here, as long as we get some reservations and get those going. It's just been a great show. Lots of great info, and it's all about having you. If you want to join us in the second hour, man, we want to hear from you. Give us a call at 213-432-1090. Again, 213-432-1090 is how you reach us here on the phone, or keep those texts rolling, and lots of really good texts have come through. The only way you can text the show, pardon me, is through the Let's Talk Hookup app. It's a free download. Make sure you've got the Let's Talk Hookup app. And when you send in your text questions to Bill, make sure you include your name and your phone number in case you're the lucky recipient of that prize coin flip and you're going fishing on a day-and-a-half trip on board the Horizon. What an unbelievable prize that one lucky caller or texter is winning at the end of today's show. You're going to get in with Captain Bill fishing that beautiful Horizon.
Yeah, thanks for that, Bill. And now, Bill, you wanted to follow up before we start the catch report on the finish of that question, that tackle question.
Yeah, and also, there's going to be, I'm not going to say a complete tackle shop on the boat, but we'll have,
You'll have
assorted
stuff.
hooks and things like that on the boat as well for purchase.
Yeah. All right, cool. You're going to have a radio on the boat so you can hear lalo, 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 lalo.
Exactly. Dude.
Lalo, 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 lalo.
Everybody down at Cedros that's been there knows everybody follows Lalo because Lalo's kind of the head guy there, and he's the man, and they all want to know where Lalo is. So when you're on the radio down at
Lalo,
Cedros
Lalo,
Sport
Lalo,
Fishing,
Lalo,
you
Lalo.
always hear that. Yeah.
That's funny.
You'll hear it.
Right on.
You'll hear it for sure.
This comes right along with our, I know we got the catch work coming, but this was a perfect text to read right now. And it's from Joey from Inglewood, who says, I'm super geeked about the new Cedros trip. I can't wait. Best news of the year. Lalo's my number one captain at Cedros. And then it says, Lalo, 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 Lalo. So I was literally going to read that next. And perfect timing.
Well, let's find out what's biting.
You got it, man. It's time for the catch report. Today, Summit Gasoline at the San Diego Sports Arena is the sponsor of that fishdope.com report, and it is the place to fill up your car, your truck, or your trailer boat with the lowest gas and diesel prices. Did you know Summit is also the place to get the lowest prices on ice and snacks for your trip? 25 cents for your first 5-pound bag of ice, or $3.99 for 25 pounds. And you can get as many of those as you want. That's half the price of the others. Plus, you get 100 pounds of free ice with a 35-gallon fill. They've got Kirkland products at prices lower than the store that makes them, dozens of great snacks for just 89 cents, and so much more. Summit Gasoline, free ice for our Let's Talk Hookup listeners, and always the lowest prices at the San Diego Sports Arena. And we're going to start off our catch report with our private boater buddy, Captain Mark Wish is on the line. Good morning, Mark.
Ricky, Pete, Bill,
Mark.
great show. You guys are
Hey,
having
Mark.
way too much fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt, buddy.
But man, first week of September, just some hot weather. Holy
mackerel!
And some areas some pretty hot fishing also. So I'm gonna start this report with a little sidebar. So in all the years that I've done this, and we're coming up on like 33 or something like that, I think.
Yep. Tomorrow is our 33rd anniversary. Thanks for reminding me that. So we'll be celebrating 33 years on the air tomorrow. Thank you very much, Captain Mark Wish.
And I've only been here for 32 and a half, I think. Anyway, so in all of those years, no matter how many that I've done this, we have talked just about everything that swims and a private boat guy might catch, all the different marlins, all the tunas, even the long lost albacore back in the day, triggerfish, just about everything a private boat guy might catch, but with one notable exception.
Ooh, let's hear it.
Now, after today's report, we have come full circle. So check this out. One of my customers comes in the other day, Jeffrey Jackson. Thank you so much for bringing this by, Jeffrey. This is a damn good story. He comes in yesterday, all fired up. On Thursday, he and his boys have been out fishing over at Catalina, catching a standard bass, bonita, barracudas, nothing exotic. And then they get back to the slip, and they got a few sardines left swimming in the tank. And their slip is right down the road from my store, right here in Huntington Harbor, Sunset Aquatic. And so his kids were fly lining the last sardines while the old man's scrubbing the boat. And they captured, and I saw the pictures, and these were just beautiful grade, 3 striped bass, like 6 to 8 pounds. Just
Whoa.
Really?
Yeah, they were just pristine striped bass. And they had 3 of them. In fact, they had one of them for dinner last night.
And 6 to 8 pounds are nice ones.
They were nice ones, and they're just, God, they were just, the pictures were so clear and crisp, and those fish were just shining in the sun, and it was just awesome. So for the last, couple of years really, but especially this year, we got a bunch of kids that hang out buying bay bass stuff, and they're all telling me that they're seeing fish that got stripes on them, and most of the time we think it's mullet because there's a ton of mullet in the harbor. But I'm thinking with the guys seeing the fish underneath the bait lights the way they are, I think we got a whole lot more stripers swimming around this area than anybody's expecting. So it's kind of interesting watching those things develop. And, Gundy talks about it with a surf report about where they're catching them all up and down the coast. And now this catch from the other day, 3 stripers. Anyway, so shifting gears, opposite ends of the spectrum. You guys had just mentioned it a little bit ago about tournament season for the Marlins. It's in full swing. The Masters, the first day was yesterday, and we got our best anglers fishing light tackle. You get the most points for fish on 12 and then 16 and then 20, and if you guys fish 30 just to try and catch something, but it doesn't get you anywhere generally. But they had a hell of a day yesterday. I think it was like 45 hookups or something close to that, and about 20 fish officially released, another 20 some unofficially released between breaking light line and falling off and this and that. That's marlin fishing. But 3 main areas, some up toward the 286 and 270, another kind of right around the A bank, Avalon Bank, just inside that a little bit. But the main area was 6 to 8 east of the east end, and that is right in the dead nut center of the triangle. If you were to draw a line from the east end of the island to the 14-mile bank, and then from the 14 down to the 277, and then back up to the east end, you draw a little triangle. And right in the center of that is where those guys are fishing. And the center of that, since time began, has been alpha for Southern California marlin fishing. I mean, that's where it all started right there. Back in the old days, we never went anywhere other than there. You didn't have to. There was so much fish around. But it was really good fishing for them yesterday. I would imagine I'll see much the same because that fishing around the island there, it's been the best probably in 20 years. It's been the best in a long, long time. So,
and we have big
really
marlin
awesome.
tournaments coming up, right? The Masters, and then the Pesky, and then of course War Heroes on Water.
Masters, it's on now.
Oh, Masters on now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Peskies, I think, is not next weekend, although
It's
it
the
might be,
week-
but I think
it's
the
the
following
week.
weekend.
Yeah, it's during the week actually, because then War Heroes on the Water is the day after that.
Got it.
From what I understand.
And for you guys that like to fish marlin but have never really fished marlin, if you want to have the experience of a lifetime, you definitely want to try and sign up and fish the Peskies.
It's definitely an experience.
That is some wild and crazy guys. I fished that for many years.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Bunch of.
But anyway, that's most of this week's report. There's so much more to talk about. It's interesting. Bill mentioned seeing some of that yellowfin underneath the dolphins there, and that the last few days I've been getting the reports from all over the area saying exactly the same thing. I mean, fish up between the West End and Santa Barbara Island on the dolphins up there. They've seen some really good schools, the yellowfin, some outside of Ben Weston, some on the inside of the island, inside the West End, scattered around, even some off of Dana, and it's all the same report.
Right.
They're out there, huh, Grill?
Yep.
Just got to get them to bite.
Give them a bite. It's been the hardest thing. You drag jigs through them on the sides of them, circles around them. Come on, bite a hook already. You're throwing chum.
It's got to happen eventually.
Eventually, yeah. Yeah, eventually.
Yeah, for sure. It's early September still. And of course, fishdope.com, Danny and the boys over there will tell you when it's going to happen and where it's going to happen. $30 off a new membership to fishdope.com using the code HookUpNow, or lowercase, no space. HookUpNow is your $30 code. And Mark, how do we find you?
Well, P, we're in Huntington Beach. We're on the corner of Polsa, Chica, and Edinger. Phone number's area code 714-840-4262. The website, PacificEdgeTackle.com. And, man, it's time to go fishing, guys. There's a lot of fish around, and one of these days those yellowfin tunas will start to bite.
I think so.
We hope so.
No doubt about it.
Before they swim out of here. They will, for sure. Maybe next week.
I just want that ridge fish to just slide up to
Yeah,
where
well,
we
you
are.
heard Chris, like you said, a lot of storms lined
Yeah.
up down below. That's a lot of times what it takes, that warm water push, and things start to change.
It'd be fine by me.
I like it. Yeah.
It'd be fine
Hey,
by
Mark,
me.
thanks a lot for that report. We'll talk to you next Saturday.
Okay, you got it, buddy. We'll see you.
All right.
Thanks, Mark. All right, we're going to continue on our catch sport spot that we've been talking an awful lot about this morning, and that's down at Cedros Island, because we have Jeff from Cedros Sport Fishing on the line. Good morning, Jeff.
Lalo, 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 lalo. I was laughing so hard I fell out of the chair.
It's the truth, man. What a
absolutely spot on. Good morning, gentlemen.
Hi,
Good to hear
Jeff.
Bill on the line, and gets everybody all excited. I get the absolute blessing to call in today because Rosie's doing a turnaround trip down to CBX, and she said, "You're up, buddy. Take care of business."
All right.
Right on, Jeff.
So, if I can make a suggestion on the tackle, and I know you guys were talking about that a little bit earlier, but over the 10 years I've fished down there, and probably 25 times, I'm going to tell you what I take, and if that helps, fantastic, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go for it.
So, both a salute to you, Bill and Ricky, on your 10-foot and 12.5-foot rods. You guys are monsters. I'm a little guy. I can't fish with a rod that's twice as tall as me. That just doesn't work. But I use a Trank 500 on a 8.5-foot seeker, 80-pound Spectra, button down with 80-pound leader about 3 feet. And the reason why is a lot of those yellows, especially fishing pongos, were in shallow water. Most guys that can throw a lure can throw it more than 50, 60 feet, and that's how deep you're fishing. So you need the protection. I learned my lesson going down there, starting off with 40-pound, and I spent probably $100 in jigs in 3 days. So, yellowtail fishing, line up. Fish don't care. We're having the most phenomenal year down there right now, and we're telling everybody, line up. And if you're not catching fish, ask for a technique twist from Lalo, Javier, Chavo, any of the captains down there, and they'll be more than happy to tell you, wind a little faster. So, tip of the day on the jig fishing down at Cedros, line up. Get your favorite surface iron jig, whether it's a Taddy, a Salas, a JRI, whatever it is. Turn the handle fast. They are not afraid to bite.
That's awesome, man.
Amen.
So, fishing the kelp on the with the bass rods, I learned from the master bass fisherman ever, Mr. Sandin.
Corey,
and
of course.
he convinced me that 60-pound Spectra with 50 to 60 on your short leader, and throw that giant slug up on top of the kelp and hang on. And I'll tell you what, he is dead on.
They're not
So-
line shy in that kelp.
Oh no, and honestly, we've hooked many a yellowtail fishing that way, and still got our butt handed to us.
How
So,
fun.
It's just great fishing down there. The white sea bass, halibut fishing's great. You can fish that on the 80-pound dropper loop. Everybody knows how to fish that. So I tell you what, listening to Bill running the horizon down there just gave my chicken skin, because it gives everybody an opportunity throughout the year, especially since school starts, to get down there. Everybody knows we shut the season down for us in October, and that works well for what Bill wants to do. So hats off. It's going to be a great opportunity for everybody.
But in the meantime, is there any spot available to come down on Cedros Sport Fishing for the remainder of this season?
Yes,
of course,
there is,
next.
but
of
I'm
course,
not going to tell you the date.
Okay.
Because I want you to call Rosie and ask her.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Besides, she doesn't give me a lot of that information, but I'm going to tell you, I have been down there this year. Got back about 4 weeks ago, getting ready to head around to turn around on a 7-day on the Indy. But it's been the absolute best fishing at Cedros Island with the team of people at Cedros Sport Fishing, because we have the top captains. They know where all the fish are. They're very well educated on growing up on the island and knowing where to fish, and they're in constant communication with the radios. So
Lalo,
people
Lalo,
are getting
Lalo.
their personal. Yeah, exactly that. Chevo, 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 Lalo, 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 Gordo, Gordo, Gordo. If you want Javier, but it's the best fishing this year that I have ever seen down there.
Wow, that's saying
pretty
something
cool.
there.
Well, how do we get a hold of you if we want to come down to Cedros Sport Fishing and not too early to book for next year either?
Well, that's a great question, and it's answered every time when Rosie's on. So go to cedrosportfishing.com, and you can check out the website. Click on the menu; it'll say schedule. Take a look at what's open, and if you see something that says call, because she's got a wait list on some of these trips, and she will try to fit you in or ask you questions on when you're available, and possibly just make it so it's just so easy that you can't say no.
All right.
Man,
Thanks,
that's
Jeff.
awesome.
Appreciate that very much. And we'll talk to you or Rosie next Saturday.
Thanks, Jeff.
Good filling in.
Give her a call. You can reach her on her cell phone at 619. Oops, that's the wrong number. Pardon me.
Don't give that number.
I have it down as a number. So 619-772-7570, or look her up on social media sites. She's posting every night hundreds of pictures of people that are catching fish at Cedros.
I like it. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate that. We'll talk to you next week. Hey,
you bet, bud.
while we're waiting for C4
Marcos.
Sport Fishing, our buddy Marcos on the radio there, I have a text that kind of falls into that from Manny in San Diego, and he says, how much time will they be to fish going back up the line from Cedros? Offshore, Patties, Coronado Islands? What are you going to do?
Offshore.
Offshore?
Looking for kelps.
Could happen.
Yeah, it could happen.
Yeah, and then you're talking about going to Canoas.
Yeah, well, we're going to fish. Canoas is going to do.
Where is Canoas?
It's 80 miles northeast of Cedros
And
Island.
that's along the coast, right?
Along the coast.
And what do you catch at Canoas?
Inshore, Cabria, grouper,
Sea bass, yellowtail.
Yeah, all the above.
Nice.
But you'll be able to do it from the boat.
Wow.
There.
That's cool.
The big boat.
And
Yeah,
then
boat.
perhaps poke offshore and go if there's some stuff offshore. There could be tuna down there. You go run offshore and catch tuna.
There could be.
Yeah.
But I do believe that after we leave Canoas, everybody's just going to want to come home.
They're going to be sore arms, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really believe that. It gets really good. I've done my research, talked to Roy Rose, longtime fisherman.
He's the Canoas master.
Yes. And yeah.
It's actually, you're right. I've been there a couple of times.
Got
It's always
things in
been with Roy
place.
at the helm.
Yeah,
you're right
He's
about
the
that.
man.
No
Yeah.
doubt.
For sure. You have a good text too. Huh?
I did. Yeah, it was from Darren in Menifee. It says, "Hey, good morning, Pete, Rick, and Bill. My question is for Captain Bill. With daytime tuna, are they biting any of the jigs on the bank? If so, what are the top 3 lures you would recommend bringing on one of your trips? Also, should we still be prepared with nighttime jigs? Thanks, guys, and stay cool this hot weekend."
Good question.
Yeah.
Everything that the Horizon has been catching on the banks has been live bait. Has not been a jig fish, and it's 7 trips now.
And is it all daytime?
It was all daytime. Apparently, he got into a night bite last night. I have to talk to him to find out what was going on.
Yeah.
I just got a text from my chef saying we got fish on the boat already.
Okay, good.
But then it's 8:00. I know they're not on the bank yet, so maybe you
Ah.
found something short.
That's good.
No, it's very good.
What's been the favorite nighttime jig for you guys this season on board the Horizon?
I couldn't tell you.
You could. I mean, you could just tell us. You don't need to
Well,
keep it a secret.
I
I'm
don't-
just playing.
Yeah.
Well,
what's the
people
best
say-
nighttime jig that comes into the tackle shop? Right?
People
What
say
are people
that
buying?
color matters, and that I have a 440 gram, doesn't have any paint on it anymore,
Ha!
jig that gets bit just fine.
There you go.
You know what I mean? It was called a
Rip roller.
no, not rip roller. It had a weird something pimp or something like that.
I would say in terms of popularity, probably like the most popular, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that it's a fantastic lure and those guys are just crushing it and they're very good with their social media marketing, is the West Coast Jiggers. HD in like a 350 or a 450 size. Those have been tremendously popular. Also, that 300-gram rip roller was one of the jigs that kind of started that whole thing off, and it has still been fantastic. When it's a lot of short stops, when the boat is kind of getting over the top of the fish and the schools are squirrely and they don't stick with the boat well, and you get one and then the boat goes again. You get one, you get two. Like, it's those first things that are the first lure that's getting through the school boat. That's when those Eddie Bomb style of lures are really popular. And, with good fishing and everybody wanting to buy fun stuff, like that has expanded from just your standard 16-ounce torpedo sinker with hooks on it to different killer painted versions, to different shapes of torpedo sinkers, long and skinny versus short and heavy. The Two Fish Jigs Midnight Rider is another, oblong shape heavy jig that's been really popular. So
something I'm also a big fan of is metered line, because I believe it gives an advantage to the person that has it. And what I mean by that, you'll get on the board the Horizon, and we'll ask you, you have any metered line? No. Okay, we're going to give you 400 feet of it. And we tie it to their main line. We tie it to their main line and tie their jig onto that. Well, what do I need that for? Trust me.
Yeah.
Okay. Get on a school of fish. Okay, guys, I'm seeing the fish at 350 feet. Oh, each color is 100 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to drop down to 400 feet. Metered lines in the water. Oh, I got bit.
How about that?
Captain, I think I'm stuck on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're not stuck on the bottom, bro.
There's no bottom here. Yeah.
Wind.
Bottom's deep. Wind
yeah, but and it helps.
Yeah.
For that beginner.
Right.
We typically carry, meaning my boat carries a lot of beginners, and that's fine.
Right.
Because if we get those beginners hooked and into what's going on, it creates a bigger base for us.
So what you're saying is you're going to set the people up for victory,
for
there.
success.
Yeah,
it only makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Rick, let's jump back on the phones.
You got it. How about we jump back on the phones and talk to Tom from University City? Good morning, Tom. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, I want to tell you the highlight of my Saturday mornings is the Mark Wish Fish Report. He sits down and he thinks about it. He always has something interesting and educational to add. So
He's a professor.
I think you guys need to have a Mark Wish show. Yeah, he needs to come on for the whole 2 hours.
Oh yeah, we encourage him to come down. He's just trying to drag him out of Bolsa Chica and Edinger is sometimes a difficult plan.
Yep.
We'll get him down here soon.
Right. Oh, that'd be great. Hey, my question, I missed the size of the boat, the length and the width of the boat, and I was wondering if you could tell me, I want to go out and just do some surface fishing for these small bonita, and what's the best jig for these little local small bonita?
Great question. A lot of bonita come over the rail at Malahini here.
Honestly, I remember as a kid, we would take a Super Bowl, put a swivel on both sides, tie about 2.5 to 3 feet of mono to that in a bonita feather.
Okay.
And would kill them all day long. I fished a bonita feather the last trip I was on the boat and killed it all day long. It was just every cast. It was stupid. It was stupid fun. Yeah, it was fun.
But something shiny.
Yeah, something shiny.
Like a
reactive.
Colt Sniper.
A crocodile would
Crocodile,
probably get you bit.
Those new AFCO,
AFCO
dark
swimmers,
jigs. Yeah, the
Yeah.
crossbreed is
Or
a really good
crossbreed,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, that little mackerel
The
color.
smaller one.
Yeah,
I'd say
60 gram.
something shiny. Yeah, something shiny and light. Yeah.
Yeah.
50,
That's a bonita killer.
60 gram. Yeah.
Yeah,
that
and
would work.
it's nice to see. There's a variety of sizes. You get smaller ones and big ones around.
You know what we caught about 3 weeks ago? We were out fishing the bank, and we got a tiger tuna.
Tiger tuna. Not a saber-tooth striper.
Yeah, or Laguna tuna.
No, it was. They get up to about 20 inches long max.
Yeah. Is it a bullet tuna?
Bullet tuna.
Right?
Yeah, bullet tuna.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen one of them in
that's interesting.
5-6 years.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, there's also, else has come back this year is barracuda.
Yeah,
it's
big
nice
time,
to see
yeah.
that big barracuda
Yeah.
around too. Fun to catch.
It's been fun, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been.
There's
it's been good on all fronts.
Yep, no
Yep.
doubt.
Yeah, for
Good,
sure.
Good year to fish the
You
lure.
said you have a good one.
I thought so. Yeah, it says, I've never had an opportunity to fish the Malahini, but I've always loved the looks of her on the water. Bill, could you please tell us the history behind the boat? That's from Stephen in Mission Viejo.
Hi, Stephen. She was built in 1941. Well, the keel was laid in 41, completed in 45. She is a World War II PT boat. Her hull number was 657. The 657, the 658, the 659, and the 660 were supposed to be packaged and sold to Russia in a package deal. The war ended. So the deal was canceled. Those 4 boats were then transferred to ship surplus. The 60, the 59 were then sent to San Clemente Island to be not target practice, but to pull targets for Navy ships shooting at them. The 60 was hit by a shell and sunk. The 59, the 59 was then sent back to Port Hueneme, I do believe is where the surplus yard was, and it deteriorated to nothing. It was eventually sold, I do believe, in 73 to someone in Louisiana who restored her. She then burnt to the waterline 2 years ago in Louisiana. The 657 and 658 were sold to private investors. The 58 was completely restored, I do believe, in 2007 to its original configuration. It runs trips out of Bremerton, Washington right now.
Wow, that's cool.
The 657 was sold to a private investor in 47 or 48, was converted to a yacht. It was a yacht from 48 to 52. In 52, she was converted from a yacht to a commercial fishing boat. She ran commercial fishing trips from 52 to 1959, 59, 60. In 60, H&M Landing bought the boat. It was the first 80-foot overnight fishing boat in San Diego that slept 59 people.
Wow. What a trip.
She ran trips from 1960 to 1972 overnight. In 1972, she went from overnights to what they called at the time 3/4 day Coronado Islands, where she ran from 72 to 2017. In 2017, she lost her run at H&M Landing and was given to the Grande, and she became a charter / let's do this boat. And she's been running strong ever since, man.
Yeah. And how long have you owned the boat?
I've owned the Malahini since 2006. Prior to me, Tim Green owned her, I do believe, for 3 years. And prior to that, Manny Silva.
Quite a
I've
history.
actually fished with Manny Silva.
On the boat?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Way back in the day.
Some amazing history on that boat.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way, including, I want to remind you that this portion of the show is sponsored by our friends, the Fish Pros at Fisherman's Processing in San Diego, where you get the premier processing experience. Check out the new and easier online system to book your processing orders for your long-range trips. Now with new team members, Fisherman's Processing stays far ahead of the rest. More same-day capacity, the finest customer service. Stop by their location in Old Town on Taylor Street or check fishermansprocessing.com and be sure to make your reservations today. When we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup. You're listening to Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app and the Sports Grid Radio Network.
Hey everybody, this is Captain Dwayne Diego, 4-pack charter captain, here to talk to you about Parker Boats and the good folks at West Coast Marine. When it came time to start Pinnacle Sport Fishing and get my own boat, there was only one choice. I wanted a Parker. Then there's a real good reason for it. The fishability and seaworthiness. I've been fishing on Parkers for years now, and I know the abuse they can take. Parker Marine builds a heavy-duty industrial strength boat, probably overbuilt, but that's what I need when we're out 12 hours a day, over 300 days a year, running charter. starters. The guys at West Coast Marine built me one heck of a fishing boat. From the custom tower with steering and throttle controls to the backup bait pump system, my Parker 2520 XLD will deliver me to the fishing grounds reliably and safe. Take it from me. If you're ready for a new Parker at a fair, upfront, honest deal, you need to see West Coast Marine, located at 1555 Newport Boulevard in Costa Mesa, or check them out and their inventory and information online at westcoastmarine.com.
Hi, this is Christy Wheeler with Dawson and Associates Insurance, your full-service agency specializing in boat insurance, including charter, commercial, and personal use boats, business insurance, and travel insurance. We work hard to get you the most coverage for the best prices and guarantee the lowest rates available on all the travel plans we offer. So give us a call today at Dawson and Associates Insurance at 619-460-5615 for a free quote today.
When it comes to fishing rods for saltwater, there's just one name you need to know: CalStar. Take, for example, the Graphiter series. It's a true graphite and fiberglass composite rod, the finest it's ever been built. And for anglers seeking traditional performance, durability, and quality at an affordable price, the CalStar West Coast series of rods and blanks are the ones for you. Their master craftsmen bring decades of rod building experience to every rod they make. So if you want your fishing rods to be truly state-of-the-art, I always recommend CalStar at fine tackle stores everywhere.
24 years ago, I visited this amazing place called Haida Archipelago. I just could not get enough of these amazing islands, natural beauty, friendly people, and phenomenal fishing. I knew I had to spend more time there. Moving forward to today, here I am, a fishing lodge owner. Hi, this is Valerie Hilbrich from Queen Charlotte Safaris in beautiful Haida Islands, British Columbia, Canada. We are a boutique lodge just steps from the Sandspit Harbor, offering a truly unique fishing adventure. Our fishing is world class. You will fish for king salmon, halibut, lingcod, and much more. Our fishing grounds are untouched, unspoiled, and surrounded by stunning scenery. We are dedicated to making your adventure an experience that will be a lifetime of memories. We will welcome you as friends, and you will leave as part of the Queen Charlotte Safaris family. You will come for the fishing, and you'll come back for the memories. We are booking now. Please give me a call at 1-877-815-2892, or check us out on Instagram, Facebook, or website qcsafaris.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here this morning with Captain Bill Wilkerson of the Malahini and the Horizon, talking all kinds of great fishing. What a fun show this has been.
Been really fun. We just heard a couple great sponsors there. First one, Dawson Associates, Christy Dawson. Bob and Christy will be here tomorrow morning, 7 to 9 a.m. on Let's Talk Hookup Live in the world headquarters here, talking insurance, trip insurance and travel insurance and fishing too, because Bob's a fishing guy now. He's going fishing a lot.
What was his? I look forward to hearing his.
Bob's gone fishing.
That's what
yeah. That's his email.
That's his email now.
Yeah.
I love it.
And then also we just heard from our wonderful friend Valerie Hilbrich from Queen Charlotte Safaris. Harold sent me a text this morning. They went offshore for hours. And offshore, it was like 9 miles off of Queen Charlotte. They had a nice weather window.
Okay.
They went off and absolutely slayed the
Come on.
Yeah. So Valerie's talking about next year, because she always closes the end of August, beginning of September. She's talking about keeping it rolling through September to go catch tuna, salmon.
How
How about
would
that? Tuna,
be,
salmon, halibut, lingcod, all in one trip.
That'd be crazy.
So she's talking about, Valerie will be here in early October to talk more about that. We also want to talk about this amazing seminar that the San Diego Anglers are putting together in conjunction with Fisherman's Landing Tackle. I imagine you had something to do with this, Rick. And it's 4 of San Diego's best rod builders, Jim Trelekas, Bill Havens, Joe Lamonaco, and Chris Latham. It's free.
Yeah.
This is what's amazing. And it's open to the public. And they're going to have sessions including how to choose the right rod components in black, building the butt assembly, rod seats, rear grip and foregrip and more, wrapping guides, under wraps, over wraps, grinding the feet, more, complete rod finishes, and simple rod repair and maintenance. It's going to be at Portuguese Hall and on Shelter Island there. And it's going to be starting, doors open at 6. And starting at 7 p.m., it's going to be Wednesday, October 9th.
Yeah.
And you guys will be there?
We're going to have a bunch of crew from the tackle store there, assisting in the tackle part of it. Obviously, the rod builders, those guys, that was a who's list in San Diego for sure.
Oh, boy.
So really, really cool there. And they're just going to be teaching all the parts of rod building, whether you want to be a super high-end custom rod builder, fancy thread work, or you just like to know how to wrap your own guide on so you can take care of your own maintenance, or somewhere in between, all of it will be covered. And then we're going to have a bunch of the crew from the tackle store there also helping with, blank information, picking out rods, learning that kind of stuff. It's going to be a really fun night all about rod building. It's something that the tackle store used to do a whole lot back in the day and just got away with it. And Debbie from San Diego Anglers was the one who came up with the idea. And Doug got so excited, myself as well, that we jumped on to lend a hand. But yeah, totally free. Portuguese Hall. It's October 9th. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be a really, really good time.
So doors open at 6, open to the public, free. Seminar starts at 7.
San Diego Anglers is going to put a big raffle on. So if you want to get in the raffle, buy some raffle tickets. You can raise some money to help raise money for the San Diego Anglers Foundation that does all those great war heroes type trips. But yeah, it's going to be a really fun night. I hope everybody comes out and joins us.
Yeah, we'll talk more about it. But that'd be cool to have some of those rod builders come on. Let's talk hookup too.
I think so too, man. It's amazing what those guys can do, and it's amazing what a custom rod can do for somebody. I mean, anybody can benefit from it, but especially if you're a gal, you're somebody with longer arms or shorter arms, like having a reel that's closer to your body or further away for the situation can make a world of difference. And factory rods have gotten so good over the last few years that custom rod has kind of been a lost art. Back in the day, factory rods were nowhere near as good of quality as what you could get from a custom, so it was necessity. Well, now all the factory guys, the CalStars and the Seekers, the United Composites, they build amazing factory rods.
Right.
So it's lesser necessity than it used to be back in the day, but there's still some huge advantages in having custom rods.
Yeah, for sure.
It's going to be fun.
Sure. Well, phones are packed. They want to talk to Bill, so let's jump into it.
How about we talk to Daniel, who's called us from Rancho Cucamonga this morning. Good morning, Daniel. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, guys. Excuse me. Hey, my question is for the captain there. The Horizon offers a bunk for couples. Let's say if my wife wants to go with in one of those new adventure trips that are for the island.
What we would do is we would assign you our Cedros trips. They will the bunk assignments will be how the person first not first come first serve, but if you're the first one to buy a ticket, you get first choice of bunks.
Wow.
That's how.
So you have how many staterooms on the Horizon?
There are 8.
So you would put he and his wife in a stateroom. Yeah.
Most definitely.
2-person stateroom.
Yes,
yeah.
2-person.
All the staterooms are 2-person.
All the stateroom. No, 6 of them are 2-person. I have one that's 4-person.
A 4-person. Okay.
Yeah.
But depending on the load, there's plenty of staterooms to go around, especially on this first trip. It's gonna be a lighter load.
Exactly.
So yes, the answer, Daniel. Yeah, you and your wife, you have your own stateroom, that's pretty cool. And staterooms have sinks and stuff like that.
No sinks.
Okay.
No sinks.
Just the
dressers.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So put all your stuff away and everything like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Fantastic. All right. Thanks a lot for the call, Daniel.
Yeah, I had a great...
And how do we sign up for a trip? We haven't talked about that.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's been a tremendous... Yeah. You wouldn't believe the amount of texts that we have already had come through of people excited, wanting to hear about the Cedros trip. I mean, everybody loves the idea. How do we do it?
They could go to hmlanding.com /Horizon. Scroll down to the bottom, and it says it right there. Or they can go, if they want to read more about what it is that my vision, I guess you would say, they can go to horizoncharters.com, click on Cedros Adventures, and then read through it. And then if you want to book a trip, click the book now button there as well.
There you go.
Awesome.
All right. Very
You know?
good.
All right. Well, I had a fun text come through. It says, good morning, guys. What a great show as always. I wanted to just add to the list of people saying what a great boat the Horizon is. They have an excellent crew. I fished with Bill a week and a half ago, and I had a bluefin up to 80 pounds. Highly recommend the boat. What kind of fishing do you expect to see on those Cedros trips that you've been talking about? Can't wait to try one out. That's from Mario and Benita.
Hey, Mario, how you doing? It's going to be a hodgepodge. And I say that in the sense there's yellowtail, there's white sea bass, there's cabria, there's big, gigantic calico bass. There might be shots at yellowfin tuna. There may be dorados. I mean, it's
a freelance.
Yeah, it's early fall into the last week of December December 15th or 14th is the last trip that's scheduled for this year. And I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's going to be
gonna
fun, dude.
It's going to be a very, very exciting.
You know, I'm not going to say it's a new fishery for me. I fished there before.
Sure.
You know, way back when
But the advantage
sport
is you're going to
boats
be fishing with the Pongas that have all the local knowledge.
who know
Those
everything.
guys, they know where to go.
Know everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
and
gonna
the
be
best,
fun.
the Cedros sport fishing.
I
Pongas.
think so.
Yeah.
I think it's, and I mean, Lalo and Javier and his guys, man. I mean, from the conversations that I've had with them, they're all about this too. You know, so that makes it even that much more interesting.
Yeah.
Because they're behind it. You know
That's
what I
cool.
mean? Let's do this.
That's cool.
You know, you had mentioned before too a 10-ton RSW fish hold on board the
Yeah.
Horizon. How cool that we talk about you're not going to be limited on anything. Not limited on plane space. Not limited on weight. Not
No.
limited on rods and reels. Like, bring it all. It's on.
You know, and it will be done in the fall after Cedros Adventures.
Cedros sport
is
fishing.
done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cedros sport fishing is done.
Yeah. Hey, John in Wildemar says, Bill, glad to see someone making some move to walk on the wild side. Your Cedros trips can be akin to the West Coast Tony Reyes trip.
Yeah.
Won't replace Guadalupe Island trip, but that can give you a taste. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, and another thing, I just forgot what I was going to say.
But
if I think about it, I'll say it then.
Rick, you have a good one, huh?
I do. It says, good morning, guys. Great to hear Captain Bill, who's always been so great to talk to in person. I'm curious what he believes is the reason for our lack of offshore patty fishing this year and our lack of local yellowfin in Dorado. Wondering if you think we still have time in the season to make it happen. That's from DJ in San Diego.
It's still early. I don't believe the fat lady has sang yet.
Huh.
I really don't.
It's the first weekend in
Yes,
exactly.
in September.
The start of
right?
prime
It's the
time
start
is
of
what
prime
it is.
time.
Is what it is.
You know, if you think about it, we were fishing till dang near November last year. We were fishing into November last year. You know,
and you know the beginning of the bluefin season, kind of the beginning of everything, seems to have been a little delayed, anyways. I wouldn't be a bit surprised for that to be the same thing with our offshore fishing.
If you look at the past 2 years, for example, 2 years ago was the first time we seen water that dipped below 60 degrees in 7 years?
Right.
I think everybody's spoiled. You know what I mean? That water time to get back up to where it is. I think things are going back to normal.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to see albacore next year. I'm not going to say that at all. But
why not? Just say it because it could happen.
I mean, signs are pointing to things are going back to normal.
That's cool.
We'll see, dude.
I like it.
Let's jump back in the phone.
You got it. How about this time we talked to Charlie? He's called us from La Mirada this morning. Charlie, good morning. Thanks for hanging in there with us. Been a busy morning this morning.
Yeah, good morning, Pete and Rockcod Rick and guest. I just wanted to give a shout out to Captain Bill and his boat. I fished it this year. I fished it last year, and second to none. The staterooms are. I want to bring my wife this coming year, but the staterooms are second to none. The fishery is a 10. And Captain Bill will walk you through the process as good as any captain on a boat that I've ever been on. So props to you, Captain Bill, and the boat. And I was fortunate enough to catch an 80-pound bluefin, which was one of my records. So
nice.
Hats off to you, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the Cedros trip.
Amen. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, that's cool. And Rick, you had a good one.
Yeah, I can't find one that's not hyped up about going to Cedros with you, Bill. It's going to be really fun. And this was a cool take from Jason in San Diego. Says, good morning, guys. What a great show. My question is for Captain Bill. I'm trying to get a bunch of guys together and charter your trip for one of your late October trips. I've already got 4 or 5 guys convinced to go, and I'm working on a couple more. My question is for Bill. Can I bring an overhead drone on the boat to get some overhead shots while we go along with my GoPro? I love doing videography of my trips. That's from Jason in San Diego.
I don't see a problem.
Why not,
with it.
Right?
As long as you give me a copy of it and I can use it.
There you go.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Cool.
You know, I mean, guys,
there's a lot of interest about this, Bill.
Yeah,
this
dude.
is cool.
I mean, I just hope it takes off.
Yeah.
I really
sign
do.
up. That's
Yeah.
how it'll take off. Just
Yeah,
go
most
sign
definitely.
up on the
Most
on the
definitely.
website.
All right,
Yeah.
are you about that?
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
what it takes.
Tom in San Diego says, "Are you guys working on a?" This is relating to all the new stuff we have on here. Are you guys working on a YouTube tab for your app? It already is there.
Hey.
So if you go on our app, Let's Talk Hookup Radio Show, you download either on Google Play or the App Store, free. One of the tabs you see, first thing you see is a listen live, and you see all the stuff. You'll see our social tab. And on our click on our social tab, there's a link to our YouTube channel, and there's a link to our Facebook channel on that tab. That's also in addition to our Let's Talk Hookup website, letstalkhookup.com. Top right corner, you'll see small links. The red one is the YouTube. The blue one is the Facebook. And then we have an Instagram on there too. And so yes, those are on the website as well as on the app. You just click on the social part of it and click on those tabs, and it'll take you right to the live stream of what we're doing right now. Also, once the live stream is done, you can see it on the live tab on YouTube as a podcast too.
I see a lot when
That's
I'm just
sick.
scrolling through social media.
Yeah.
It just kind of shows all the past shows that have done, and it starts
Right.
with the live shot inside the studio. And
Right.
well, it's sure easy, man. Just click away, and there it
Yeah.
goes.
So, but thanks for pointing that out, Tom.
I like
'cause
that.
It's easier than we think it is to access all these different social things.
You
All
got
right.
it. All right, let's jump back into the phones and talk to Dennis, who's called us from Norwalk this morning. Hi, Dennis. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Yes, I'd like to know about the albacore fishing.
What about it are you looking to know, Dennis?
Go to Washington.
Yeah.
You'll catch some albacore.
Well, okay, I guess they're not going to come around this year then, right?
Well, in range of our season, it's awfully late for there to be a big albacore year. As Bill said, you absolutely never know. It's fishing, and anything can and does happen. And like in several seasons past, there was a stray or two caught this year from the fleet, but it certainly doesn't look like we're going to have a big albacore year this year.
But they've had some fish up in the Central California
Exactly
area
what I was gonna
and
say.
in Northern California. Yeah.
Some of the best fishing we've had the farthest south we have seen in quite a while.
Right,
You know? So there's been some legit
guys. Harold says guys fishing out of Mora Bay are
Yeah.
going north and catching albacore.
There's been some legit
Right on.
Central California
Yeah.
fish this year. Last few years, it's been kind of Northern California and above. And
Right.
there's been some good hits in Central Cal this year. So it's working this way, Dennis. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe we'll be doing a trip on the Malahini and catching some albies soon.
There you go. Hey, thanks a lot for the call. This is from Robert in Puyallup, Washington. Speaking of
There you
albacore
go.
country there. Bill is the man. I've had a blast fishing with him over the last 10 years. So,
Amen.
Yeah, listening to us on the app up in Puyallup, Washington.
That's cool.
Thanks for
Right
that, Robert.
on.
Appreciate it. Nice to hear from you.
This one's not far from that. It says, good morning, guys. What a great show. I haven't had the opportunity to fish with Captain Bill, but you sound like such a fun fisherman. I'm curious to know where you got your start in the fishing game. That's from John and Carson.
Wow. My grandmother.
Really?
Totally
Really?
honest
That's cool.
with you. My grandmother. Started me fishing when I was 8 years old. And we used to fish up in LA off of Venice Pier. And we went to Santa Monica Pier one year during the summer. It was funny. We'd get on a bus, dude, at 4:00 in the morning, catch the number 4 at the corner of Crenshaw and Venice, and take that to Culver City, get on
That's
another
cool.
bus, and take the number 2 down to Venice Pier, which stopped us right up at the pier, go up to the very first outcropping right there. It's
Uh-huh.
where we stayed all day.
That's
No kidding.
awesome.
Did that every Saturday and Sunday, dude.
Really?
cool.
Yeah. She
Wow.
did that. She did that to keep me away from kids that were a bad influence.
Yeah,
on me.
right.
That's cool. Hey, put a
Yeah.
fishing rod in your hand.
It was cool. Then
Right.
we went to
You
Venice
probably saw me
Beach.
riding my bike on the Venice path there because I used to live in Marina Del Rey and ride my bike
that right?
along the path. I probably saw you crossing with your fishing rod. Look at that guy, huh?
Oh, right on. Yeah, and then we went to Santa Monica Pier one weekend, and we did that for like 3 weeks straight. I climbed underneath the pier with my green drop line.
Yeah.
Remember those little? It had looked like a little tic-tac-toe. It had the green like Spectra.
How fun.
You'd
That's
headline
cool.
it down and catch big gigantic buttermouth perch, dude.
Wow. Hey,
man,
are
it
you
was
old
cool.
enough to ride the roller coaster at POP, the Pacific Ocean Park?
I never did.
I did.
I never
Many
did.
times
Never
before that
did.
thing fell in the ocean.
Yeah, never did.
There used to be a pier for those younger people. That was an amusement park on the pier right there next to right near Venice Pier there.
Yeah.
And Pacific Ocean Park.
That's
Such
funny.
a cool,
wow. I had
no
such
idea.
a cool place.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah,
But I'm
never did.
I'm dating myself
Yeah, right.
now.
I didn't even know that
Let's
was a
jump
thing.
back on the phone.
How about Jose and Fallbrook up next here on Let's Talk Hookup? What's up, buddy? Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Morning, guys. Love the show, and I love Captain Bill. I fish a lot of times in the Malahini, the wife and I, and we're actually going out with you, Captain Bill, Sunday night on a day and a half. And
I'll be there.
wondering what setup we should take. And it sounds like we're night fishing too, from what you were saying.
It
So
sounds
what
like
do you
there's
recommend?
it sounds like there's some night fishing action going on. I'm assuming he did some night fishing last night, because when I got the text message at 7:00 this morning, there's no way they'd be up on the bank by now unless he.
So he found some. There's been some
Yeah.
schools closer. So
I'm
bring your
thinking he
night fishing
found
gear,
something.
right?
Yeah, I'd have a big boy setup, 130-pound Spectra.
And most of that fish on the bank, the smaller stuff is like 30 and 40-pound test.
30 to 40
Yeah.
pound test. Yeah, it's been 30 to 40 pound fluorocarbon.
Yeah.
Number
What size hook?
2, number 1, not 2 or 01, a number 2 or
Smaller
number 1.
circle hooks.
Yeah, and I would prefer to use a circle hook.
Yeah.
That Gamakatsu Nautilus number 2 would be a great
That's
choice
a great
for that
hook.
fish. Right
And you
now.
want to hear something funny? I didn't swear I couldn't stand circle hooks for a very long time.
Yeah.
Because I like to set the hook myself.
Ah, now you
know?
believe.
Oh, dude. Just put it in gear.
Yeah, that's it. And you're on.
That's
Just
it.
put it in gear and hang on.
That's it, buddy. Wait, when we come back, we're going to find out who's going fishing on a day and a half on that beautiful horizon. You stay tuned. More Let's Talk Hookup coming your way on the Let's Talk Hookup app and the Sports Grid Radio Network.
Hi, this is Tommy the Fishmonger from Tunaville Market and Grocery and the TV show Fishmonger. I've known Yusuf Husseini for over 20 years, and he's the expert when it comes to real estate. He's helped me with estate planning and multiple estate questions that the average guy like myself just doesn't understand. Yusuf's not only a fellow angler, but he's an amazing realtor that specializes in helping us in the angling community find their ultimate home. If you own a home, get a free, no obligation home evaluation now online from Yusuf by typing in SoCalHomeEval.com. All you do is put in your address and you'll get that report fast. Yusuf is a SoCal real estate guy to go to. He's helped me and many of my customers and family members to find what they are looking for in a home. He understands the real estate market like no other, so take it from Tommy the Fishmonger. Yusuf's the real deal when it comes to your real estate needs. Go to SoCalHomeEval.com and I'll see you at Tunaville Market and Grocery.
Gamakatsu is not just all about hooks. There is so much more, including the new Gamakatsu fillet knives. Once you try one, you will always want more. The new tools are also very special, including the Spectra pliers that are made with ceramic blades, so they'll never rust. Check out the new lineup of shirts and hats, and of course, Gamakatsu fishing pliers and boxes are amazing. Gamakatsu, so much more than just the best hooks. Get them at your local tackle shop or at gamakatsu.com.
This is Bob Hoots at Costa Sunglasses. Visual signs are a critical part of my fishing program, from bay bass to bluefin. I wear Costas to see what's out there. Costas are built with advanced polarization technology with our 580 lens, designed to cut through the sun's glare while providing enhanced color to see more fish. Costa was founded by a group of anglers wanting a high-performance lens for every fishing application. Costa has a West Coast style frame and lens for your adventures. CostaSunglasses.com.
Hey, San Diego, the Make It Ford Summer Sales event is on. Visit your San Diego County Ford dealers now and make it your best summer yet. Amazing offers and great selection of Ford vehicles, like the Built Wild Bronco family, with a deal you just can't miss. Your biggest adventures are awaiting. Make it Ford, make it yours, make it now. Only at your San Diego County Ford dealers. They'll be glad to hook you up.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Okay, it is time to find out who's going to win, a caller or a texter. And Bill's going to do us the honor of flipping that prize coin. Go ahead, Bill.
Flip it.
Okay, we have a caller today. Congratulations, Robert from Canyon Country. you are going fishing on that beautiful luxury Horizon on a 1.5-day trip.
Thanks for that,
Congratulations.
Bill. And if somebody wants to come fish aboard the Horizon, or better yet, get aboard those Cedros 7-day trips with fishing the Pongas down at Cedros that come in this October, how do we do it?
Again, guys, if you want to find out more in depth about what's going on, go to horizoncharters.com. Then click on the link, Sport Fishing Adventures, and then it says Cedros Adventures, and it gives you a rundown of just what my vision for it is. If you just want to book, go directly to HM Landing /Horizon, scroll
spot.
all the way down to the bottom, click book now, you're good to go.
Yeah, and like you said, you'll go with 15 people if you just need to get people on that trip.
Yeah.
And the first one is
October 21st.
October 21st.
Also, the first one is going to be sponsored by JRI Lures as well.
Hey, there you go. So are they going to have some free lures on the boat?
I talked to Jerry a couple weeks ago.
Jerry's gonna give it up.
Save me a stinger, Jerry.
Yeah, cool. All right. Once again, horizonsportfishing.com.
Horizon Sport Fishing
Yeah.
or Horizon Charters.
Horizoncharters.com.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bill.
Great job,
Thanks
Bill.
for that.
That's
Great.
Thank you for
appreciate it.
having me, guys.
Hey, thanks
It
to
was a
JP
pleasure.
for manning the phones and the board over there at Sports Grid. And of course, all the great people at Sports Grid. And of course, thanks to Adam for all he does on the Let's Talk Hookup app, and of course the Let's Talk Hookup website too. Appreciate that, Adam. And thanks to you out there very much for your calls, your texts, and your support of Let's Talk Hookup. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 7 to 9 a.m. right back here on the World Headquarters with Christy and Bob from Dawson Insurance. We'll be talking travel insurance and a whole bunch more. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow morning right back here on the Let's Talk Hookup app and radio network.
Okay.
Say goodbye.
Bye.
Check this out. This was the